The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sherapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sherapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Happy Roll Call Friday, everybody. Welcome into a Rithmm Friday. It's the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sherapan, Matt Perrault. We're on a little bit late. Sorry. James Santore, kind enough to push back. You guys kind enough to hang out. We appreciate each and every one of you. He's Dave Sherapan. I am Matt Perrault. We are here live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the Book. Same on X and Twitter. Sports Grid TV replay. Sirius XM 159 replay each and every single night. Dave and I will not be on tonight on Sports Grid. They got NFL draft stuff. So no Friday night BVB. Takeover for In-Game Live back next week. Coming up for that. Islanders or Rangers? That's Rangers, right? I'm sorry. That's Rangers stuff you're sporting today. How are you, sir? What's going on this Friday?
You really aren't watching the hockey, huh? You really,
I am, but your head is cut off.
Did you say Islander? It's orange and blue. This is red, white, and blue.
Yeah, it looks orange. It
Blue,
looks
blanc, and rouge.
a little orange.
That's Montreal.
Camera's a little orange.
That's not this. This is
orange.
Rangers. Yes. Hockey. Yes. It's Roll Call Friday. Rithmm Friday. Santore. Probably going to have Sixer stuff on. I was going to wear the Sixer stuff, but I figured James would have that covered today. Just wanted to get in uniform and ready for the show because, we had so many things going on this morning. We had so many people that we were talking to. We had so many things. And it's raining in Las Vegas today.
Yes.
So every single Friday, we got people later in 75 minutes from now, you will put your area code and where you're watching the show from. Right now, we'll shout you out then.
Right.
I have to shout out a couple people right at the top of the show.
Okay.
First and foremost, Mr. Mark Anderson, Mr. Anderson, who watches and listens to the show, got BVB hats and stuff and is designing his own hats.
Okay.
The Mr. Anderson collection. Not Frederick Anderson, the guy that made that ridiculous glove save last night for Carolina, who's now leading that series 3-0 over the said Islanders.
Yep.
No, Mr. Mark Anderson had a stroke and is recovering nicely.
Okay.
In his stroke recovery, Mr. Anderson, his son, Stevie, turned him on to the show. And he said, I like those two guys. I like this show.
Nice.
Wanted to shout him out right at the top.
Hi.
And I also wanted to special shout out to Ashlyn. Okay. This is Ashlyn, is the daughter of Mr. George Pavlik,
Okay.
who listens to the show usually the next morning
Okay.
with his daughter in the car going to school. She laughs. She thinks this show is pretty funny.
Oh.
She doesn't believe that George knows us, that has reached out to us, that is designing a Brigade, New Jersey hat type colors, all these things. George and I are working together. We're going to come up with something. I wanted to shout them both out at the top. We'll shout the rest of you out in Roll Call Friday. Again, 75 minutes from right now.
Mm-hmm.
What I need from all of you right now in the chat, the like button, the subscribe button. Modus operandi. Every day, if you come in at some point and watch the show, we appreciate you. You stay and watch the show, which we love.
You do.
You stay, you communicate with each other in the chat. Okay? All we need from you to do now is put the city where you're watching the show from, type it out.
Yep.
Say where you're at. Because, the number today, this is post NFL draft.
Okay.
This is NBA playoffs. This is NHL playoffs. Oh, by the way, there's baseball, a full card today. There's people watching sports. There's people watching and listening to the show.
Yes.
Just let us know. That's all we need. Where you're watching the show from. Watch the chat flow. And this is the show.
So we have a lot to talk about, obviously, today. So if you guys do want super chats, they're available. We'll get to them either end of the show or in bonus time. We can't cover everything. If there's a pick, play, thought, angle you want us to address, a bet type, a cash out option, a parlay situation, whatever it might be, you guys can do that. You can be your own programmer, producer if you want for the show with super chats that are available at the moment. So we go right into it with what happened last night. Well, what happened last night also is going to serve for the Brigade Proxy Service story of the day. The Brigade Proxy Service, we are now taking applications and reservations. Anybody want to be a part of it? If you are coming to Vegas to be a part of this very cool event, the Circa, Survivor, Circa, Million, or Westgate Super Contests, we can be your proxy service. Not somebody else. Dave and me can be your proxies to take care of you this coming football season. I know a lot of you are making plans to come out to Vegas. If you have your dates, go to thebvbshow.com. There is a form that says to make your appointment. Just fill it out. It goes directly to us. We'll contact you. We'll set it up, and we will be either me, Dave, or both of us will be there to sign you up for the Circa Million, Survivor, or Westgate Super Contests. They're going to open probably a bit later in the summer. So like July, post July 1st, probably for them. Circa might Westgate.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Circa is probably going to get going somewhere in the neighborhood of May, Memorial Day, somewhere in that range. We'll find out exactly soon. We may actually have something to talk about with our friends at Circa coming up here for the announcement for the
tease.
schedule.
For those of you in the industry, that was a tease. Very nicely done.
I
love Chicago.
For how this
I
is
really like Chicago.
We like them a lot. Chicago's a lot. So
I like Detroit for the draft. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we'll get to the individual teams after we talk to James, but just from the start of it here, a record 20 offensive players were taken in the first round last night. I know you didn't watch any of it, but just in terms of that number, 20 of 32 players on offense taken in the first round. Is this league even a little interested in playing defense?
Nope. Nope.
Not even a little.
14 guys in a row to start the draft, right? The 15th person taken was the first defensive player taken.
Right.
Okay. And then 20 in a 32 pick first round. 20 out of 32 were offensive players, including 6 quarterbacks, which you're texting me, and I'll tell you watching the show exactly what I told P-Roll. I'm watching hockey. He's texting me draft updates. I thought he was out entertaining. I thought he was out.
I was not home. I was not watching the draft. I didn't watch a single minute of the draft. A single minute. I watched it on my phone. I watched it on Twitter, and I watched it just on ESPN.com. I just was following along. I didn't watch anything. I was out. I was doing stuff. I was at dinner. We went to Rainforest Cafe. Is such a weird place, man. It's such a strange place. We went to Rainforest Cafe.
Why did you go there?
Because Madeline wanted to go there. It was her pick. She's like, let's go to Rainforest Cafe. I was like, really, Maddie?
She's
like,
adult. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The kids got to pick last night. So
speaking of the kids, I got a shout out to Brooks.
Yes.
Part of my favorite thing about today is going to be that, but Brooks,
you can confirm that Amanda actually exists.
100% can confirm. 100%.
She's not a figment.
I'm going to save his story for the favorite thing about today because it was good.
Yeah. It's fun. And knock. Hi, Dave. What are you doing here?
Yeah. Ding dong. Hello, Avon at the door. Nope, not Avon, not housekeeping. No, it's Dave. Yes.
She was psyched to meet you, though. That's cool.
But that was great. That was awesome. And again, to tell the story, it's the favorite thing about today. Brooks analyzed the show.
He did.
Quickly.
He did.
And I said, do you like the show? He said, he watches the show. He said, the show is weird. The show is weird, Brooks. You're right. I'm going to get that on a t-shirt. I'm going to start it in the kids model because the kids know.
Yes.
The kids tell you like it is. Brooks, he has tremendous hockey hair.
He does.
You want to talk about, that mop. I wanted to it was too early because we just met,
right?
But I can't wait to run my fingers and rub that mop. The hats of the draft were amazing. Did you see the draft hats?
I saw one of them. I didn't see all of them.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Draft hats, good. Draft.
Not so good.
You got your guy. How do you feel, Patriot guy?
Well, we'll get into all that on the other side. I got a lot. Like, sit down, buckle up. I got a lot to say about what went on last
Listening
night.
glasses? Oh.
I don't know, but I got a lot to say about what went on last night. So let's get into our guy James. He is our normal Friday appearance. The one,
Sixers
Mr.
stuff,
James
Santore?
Santore. I cannot believe James is not wearing
I
Sixers
lost
stuff.
the bet. I thought for sure you'd have Sixers hat, shirt, something on. Damn it.
Embiid goes for 50 last night.
Oh, I have a lot to say about it. You want to know where I watched the game?
Where?
Yes, we do.
All right, hear me out. I think I may have talked about this one other time. It's a Starbucks inside of an Acme, which is a grocery store.
Correct. Yes.
Inside of a liquor store.
Yes. It's a Philly
All in the
thing.
same place. I literally got kicked out because I was there so late last night, but I was watching the Sixers game in the NFL draft and working in this Starbucks inside of a liquor store in a corner by myself. I was having the time of my life, and then the Sixers won. I'm living the South Philadelphia dream. Basically.
They won and they covered. I hit a Philadelphia parlay yesterday, James. Phillies Sixers plus 143 parlay. Wheeler was unhittable. Hit the under in the Phillies game on top of that. I had a good day betting Philadelphia yesterday.
Well, I mean, look, I appreciate you supporting the city. I'd say the Phils were phenomenal yesterday. I think it was the first shutout against the Reds. The Reds have been shut out for the first time since the Phillies did it a few years ago. So
How
love
good
seeing
Wheeler
them.
looked, by the way. Wheeler looked unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, they're starting to get it together. Trey Turner's seeing the ball again, which you can tell if he sees the ball, depending on that first pitch. And he doesn't need to do anything besides just see the ball in. And if he's lunging at all, if I was a pitcher, I would throw him 4 straight off-speed pitches low and outside because he'd swing every single time. So he's locked in right now. Bryce is locked in. He's just had another kid. Phil's are looking good. So.
Right. Tighten things up. So the Sixers, you're at a coffee house watching. Are you getting excited like as it's going on? Or are you back? Like, I mean, you never left. I never left. Yeah. I believed even after losing the games in New York, still thought they were going to win yesterday. P. Rolt was on them. They're going to win game 4. We got a series now. Joel's getting physical. Joel's getting, I mean, they made the big guy mad. This
Flagrant
is good,
ones.
right? James, this is good.
Look, I've been in the whole time, but I'm also not like super into the sense like I'm riding or dying and would be heartbroken if they lost the series because like I have to be realistic, right? But I think they got completely screwed in game 2. You know, like that was. I don't think you have to be a Sixers fan to feel that. But yesterday was great. Now I have a question for you guys, and I have a question for everybody else here. What is Bell's palsy? I feel bad that I don't know that. And how amazing is it that he's playing with it?
It's easy. It's partial. Half your face gets paralyzed, basically. Bell's palsy can be caused by a variety of different things. It sounds worse than it is. Like if you get Lyme disease, you can get Bell's palsy really easily, like half your face. But normally it's temporary. It's not a permanent thing. So it sounds bad. I'm not saying I would want it or anybody that I care about would want them to have it. It's a freaky thing when half your face won't move.
Yeah.
But that doesn't physically stop him from scoring 50. It's not like he had a flu game or like he was dealing with something really nasty.
That's where I was going with it. I was like, is this like is this something we're going to be talking about forever? Or is this just like you just got there? I mean, if they win, obviously, but no, he was great last night. I think the Anthony Melton being back, it just changes the offense. And I think I like Tobias Harris, but I don't like Tobias Harris as a guy that's ball dominant. And I think sometimes without the Anthony Melton, he becomes a ball dominant guy, and we suffer if he's not hot that night. So it de-risks having Melton back, and they have a chance.
He drives you crazy. When Tobias is rolling, you're like, yeah. And then when he's not, you're like, pass the ball. Don't even get to him. It drives it's an up and down roller coaster ride, right?
He's the guy that's perfect in a smaller market where there's not an expectation to win, where he's just going to go out and score 18 to 24 every night on a team that's, again, not expected to win. And he's going to have great stats, be a borderline all-star every year. And that's a great role to be in. I just don't know if like he's especially at the price tag, the guy that's the perfect complement, as is. But again, they're just trying to make it work right now.
Where are you? Baseball just started. Okay. So we were talking about the Phillies a little bit, but like what is Dave and I yesterday were talking about what date do you start to go, okay, my team legitimately is going to be in the summertime race conversation for a World Series championship? Is it Memorial Day? Is it July 4th? Where is your marking where you go, okay, my team is good?
Yeah, great question. It's changed the last 2 years, right? Like I feel like for so long in Philly, since the glory days of Chase Utley, Ryan Howard, Jimmy Rollins, for really like my adult, like post high school years,
How old were you when those guys were doing what they were doing? How old were you?
So I was a freshman in high school when they won.
My God, I was at the games. I was in my 30s at the games. I was. That's when I went to the bank. I was there.
Really?
The bank. There were a couple of games when they were really cranking it out in championship caliber, and Ryan Howard hit walk-off home runs and whatnot. That I thought that the bank was the best ballpark in baseball. Best crowd, best atmosphere. It was incredible.
It's as close in a baseball stadium that I've been to that it feels like it's like a European soccer crowd or like a really raucous college crowd.
Yeah.
Because like even last year, I got to go to the clincher for the NL wild card round against the Marlins. And we were just to beat the Marlins, it's like they're like, it's like your like little angry stepson that you're like, oh, we're just gonna not treat you well. We beat the living hell out of them. We were all like, we just destroyed them. We're having the time of our lives. The stadium, you would have thought it was Game 7 of the World Series. Yeah. It's just a special place. And so to answer your question, the last few years, I'm not used to having expectations. Okay. I have expectations right now. And I think it's just because 2 years in a row to make as far as we have, the roster's only gotten better for the most part. Our expectation is to be back in that same position and not have freaking Craig Kimbrell ruin our lives. And hopefully it's somebody else with a little bit more aptitude to handle it. So
it's
right now is the answer.
Right now. So okay, so for some people it's Memorial Day. Matt has these markers. I like to look at quarter polls. 40 games in, 80 games in is halfway, and then you can really evaluate it then.
I love watching a Phillies game. Like to me, that's like therapeutic to be able to work and have
right.
on.
Yeah, sure.
That is
it's
the best
fast now too, right? It's quick. It's only 2 hours.
Too quick. I'm like, this is the time of my life where I'm working, and I'd rather go later. Now I'm like, damn it, it's like 9:00 and I'm still working, and the game's over.
Yes, and the game's rough. Well, then you have to go to the West Coast games or the Midwest games, like picking against the White Sox every day. That's been pretty profitable. There's a lot of things.
Oh my gosh.
Rhythms, you're not doing any baseball stuff yet specifically, but like when you find those teams to go against as a bettor, do you like to do that in baseball?
Yeah, I mean, baseball is different. I like live betting baseball more. Like it's something if I'm watching a game,
it's the best.
If I'm watching a game, if I'm at a game, if I'm watching at a bar with my friends, like that's my baseball betting. Just like when Rithmm has it, because honestly, I'm so used to betting with Rithmm now that I don't think I could go and like go through a whole MLB slate and do that myself, right? Like because Rithmm finds those inefficiencies within those teams and those matchups for you. So that's kind of one of those things that even now, as I'm like in the NBA, like for player props or the game picks, like I don't have to think about that, right? I don't have to think about the trends because they're given to me. And then if I want to see more, I can see the data charts and kind of understand where I should be, if that complements, and you can see the charts right there. So to me, again, like with baseball, that's just not the way I personally bet. We're going to have baseball next year, but what we just did is honestly, we just added golf. And like for this weekend, we have live golf and that starts at 9:45 every night, which is, again, that's a totally different thing for people to bet on late night on the weekend, which is cool. So we're just trying to find new ways to help people, again, bet smarter. But like to your point, I would use Rithmm to bet MLB, but I'm not doing trend analysis myself for it. It's just not the type of MLB bettor I am.
Right. All right. Let's talk about this a little bit. One, if you like anything in the golf, but the NBA player prop market, Rithmm's been doing a really good job this postseason. And look, I think this is when the numbers are super sharp. This is when the markets are very efficient. So it's good to have some help here to kind of figure out what you're going to bet on. And obviously you can do that with player props and with the AI caddy option that Rithmm currently has with their free 7-day trial. You guys can go and check out with Rithmm right now. Anything you like for today in terms of the NBA? We got a bunch of games tonight.
Yeah. No, it's been a really cool few weeks. Again, we had one of our partners, they had never really bet before they started using Rithmm this season. And again, they're a basketball focused podcast. And we wanted to give them the confidence to be able to talk about betting on NBA. And they went, I think it was 23-7 over the last 30 prop bets.
Okay.
So one of those things, I think a lot of people, especially during playoff time, less teams, you start to see consistencies, especially in what Rhythm's recommendations are. So now, like, honestly, Kyrie Irving is somebody that I've been seeing a lot pop up. And there's a lot of value. And the cool part is, like, on the back end, our data scientists are also watching on a daily basis to see if Kyrie all of a sudden starts going off 3 nights in a row, we're going to change our adjustments for what that prediction should be. So it's one of those things, again, like, it allows me to really just, like, enjoy the playoffs without having to think too much about it. So
which also, one of the benefits of Rhythm is that when somebody looks at the NBA board today and goes, geez, Milwaukee, Indiana, that spread's 6.5. The total's 223. I don't know. Clippers, Dallas, the line is 4, 214. I'm not sure. I'm not really interested in that. And Minnesota's at Phoenix. And how in the hell is Phoenix favored? That seems so easy, but I'm just not sure. Something like Rhythm takes away all of the, there's only 3 games. You're a Philly guy. The Sixers aren't playing. Somebody might go, oh, I'm not interested in the NBA. Rhythm will find you something to be interested in if you're going to watch basketball tonight, right?
Absolutely. And there's 2 ways. I think I always say this, like, it's really, we're trying to make people be responsible, right? Like, these are sharp lines, especially for playoff basketball. Like, I'm not betting anything unless Rhythm really tells me like it's a great opportunity. Like today, I don't have any game picks. Well, yesterday I had the Sixers Knicks over. I had all my models on that, and it smacked. So that's again where now I know my models, I know how to use them. And I'm like, that's where I saw, again, there was a consistency and I felt confident there. And for tonight, like, again, I use Rhythm a lot for NBA player props. It's really fun to just have a bunch of random interests in games that otherwise I don't really care about. Like, Clippers Mavericks, could not care any less about it. I can't tell you how
honestly, it's great.
But I have Kyrie under 4.5 assists at -115. And over the last 10 games, he's hit that under 70% of the time. Got TJ McConnell over 7.5 points at -125. He's hit that over 90% of the last 10 games. Russell Westbrook over 7.5 points at -122. He's hit that 70% in the last 10 games. And then Chris Middleton under 18.5 at -106. And he's hit that under 80% of the last 10 games. So what I'm basically doing is looking at Rhythm's recommendations and then using our prop graphs and seeing where they tie. And these were the bets where I'm like, they seem pretty consistent, and I feel confident giving these picks out to you guys. So that's what we're rolling with for today.
I like it. It's interesting too, because I for me, this is where I've been using Rhythm a ton, because the player prop market, the models you guys create, but also the graphs make it very easy to kind of go, all right, let's see where each player is over the next number, 5 games, 10 games, and then do your own research. So for someone like me who bets every day and looks for different angles to play, that's what I find the app to be so interesting. I may not follow everything the app recommends, but it puts something on my radar screen that I may never have thought to even look at, and lets me go and do that research. That's one of the coolest things you guys have going, is you're opening up a markets that people really may never even think about. I think it was Spencer Dinwiddie over a half a 3, like 2 games ago that I bet. And I hit. I was like, this is great. This is really interesting. It's 1 made 3. But I would never even thought to look at that and to like, well, wait a minute. He's taking like 2 or 3 threes a game. He's going to hit 1 or 2 of them a game. And that opens a whole different market for people to bet on. Yeah,
honestly, for basketball, it's been awesome. I feel like I've learned every bench player in the entire league because of Rhythm, right? Like, it's like recommended those to us, which is, again, it's fun. Like, now I know who Miles McBride was, whereas 2 months ago I had no idea who that was. And now so it's like, those are the type of things. But honestly, for golf, that's my favorite piece, is where, as somebody who's just like, golf is really starting to take off. And, I just turned 30. I'm at the age where all of my friends are now hardcore golf guys.
Right.
So I'm in golf guy phase of my life where I need to start knowing, because I'm the odd man out, not knowing, every single guy, where, like, what they shot, I don't even know any of the terminology of some of the stuff that my buddies do, because they're so into it. So it's one of those things that now Rhythm's kind of helped me understand the golf dynamic and who's good on a weekly basis besides Scotty Scheffler. And then even with Live Golf, like, it's pretty interesting, right? Like, I don't know enough about how they've been doing if it's truly the spectacle that I've seen. But now, like, I have a ton of bets in for this weekend, and I have a rooting interest. So that's one of those things that, like, I'm like, it's amazing. So somebody asked.
No, I said to ask you a question.
Mhm.
What question would it be? What would you want me to ask? And Roger Long, and senior member of the brigade, wanted to know what was your best out pitch? Did you have a junk ball pitch? Because we know you were a fireballer, fast baller, all this other stuff with the elbow. What was the out pitch, Santore?
I mean, honestly, it's probably not going to be surprising as a slider. So it wasn't that much. That wasn't that
So
slow.
you were a hard throw. You threw hard, and then you threw a slider, and that was it. Like you didn't like the off speed junk ball stuff. You were a fireball guy.
So I learned how to throw a changeup. I threw it in one game, and one game got a guy to roll over. It was like an all-star game for my summer league. I was like, I had a great summer. I was like really learning how to throw strikes, which was a big change for me. Threw the changeup in the all-star game, felt great. Tore my elbow like two times later. So then, and now as an old man playing in this league who still throws pretty hard, I'm like, there's no freaking chance I'm throwing a changeup. I'm throwing either as hard as I possibly or when my slider doesn't make my elbow feel like it's going to fly off my arm.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
But some days it feels really good and it's nasty. So I'm a slider guy for sure.
This is always fun because whenever we have people like you guys come on and support the podcast and be a part of the show, and then our audience wants to say thank you for this. Steve writes, just a thank you. I did the free trial for Rithmm last week for the NBA player props just because NBA is not close to being my best sport. I'm currently up 2 years of the monthly cost of Rithmm. That's pretty good.
That's great.
My man had a weekend last weekend. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's tremendous. 2 years worth.
What's an annual subscription cost?
Whatever, 30 times. Yeah,
12.
30. Yeah, 30 times 12. Yeah, 360.
So he's up $700.
Right.
Wow.
That's outstanding. And like you said, you talked about the bench guys and the numbers, and like you're getting to know them. The weakest numbers in the book are the bench guy props. The stuff that nobody's looking at. The dirty little secret is that you're getting to numbers that, one, aren't going to be much volume, but two, are literally just imported averages. There's no one looking at stuff. That's why it's a great type of tool to use.
It's almost as if we collect more data and output it more than the books are to make that line.
I actually said that to someone who's in a book. I was ideally going to connect you to somebody because I told them, if you subscribe to this, you're going to get you better numbers.
Well, it's absolutely, because we're using consensus odds. We're aggregating all that and just trying to find those opportunities. I think the first time that I noticed, like, again, the bench players was when we did NFL player props for wild card weekend. And I remember it was the Bills backup tight end. And everybody was betting on his under Trent. I want to say Trent Sherfield.
Okay.
And it was Rhythm's like best recommendation. And everybody hit it. Like, it was just one of those that, like, why the hell would you be betting on Trent Sherfield?
Yeah.
Why? Because Rithmm said this is a great opportunity, and it was, and it hit like easily, and it was plus like 150 or something like that. So those are the things that, again, we're just trying to help people do and find, because it's hard to know every single team and every single player. So just got to help you find easier ways to do it. We're going to have a WNBA product, potentially WNBA player props. So if you want to talk about fun and engagement, and money-making opportunities,
love it.
That's coming down the road in a few weeks. So
how about that? I mean, given that this year's, I can't wait to watch the handle in WNBA this year just to see what it's like, because Dave and I have often talked about this, about, okay, the eyeballs are there now. People are watching. Caitlin Clark's jersey sells out like crazy with the Indiana Fever. Does that translate?
It's a fire jersey.
It is nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does that translate into handle? do people bet on it because they're going to watch it more?
I don't know.
Does that mean they bet on it? Dave is on the fence
I
on
don't
it.
know if it'll increase handle, but it will increase markets. It will increase menus, and Rithmm is right to actually start looking at it because there's going to be stuff that I guarantee somebody's going to do a risk room somewhere in a book and going, figure out some Indiana Fever props. There's people watching the games. Let's get them up. Let's figure it out.
Well, and think about that's Caitlin Clark. Her market's going to be one thing.
Yeah,
her teammates are not going to be paid attention to as much.
Fair.
Her opponents won't be paid attention to as much. But as a whole, the league itself, it's not paid attention to as much. So if there's something telling you that, like, you know, this person on the Connecticut Sun, you should be betting on the over 5.5 points. That's something that's going to not only drive engagement and use and people to watch and engage with WNBA more, but also people to start winning a ton of money on it. And then the books to have to change the way they approach it, but that'll make the better experience for the user. So it's kind of a flywheel here, how it's going to work. Right. But we just want to make it. I think it'll be so much fun if every single night everybody's sweating. Again, Aaliyah Boston's under 9.5, the same way they're doing that with Tyrese Maxey or, you know, LeBron or Giannis. Like, I think that's how we make it more engaging. I think that's how the handle starts going up too.
And especially two at a time in the calendar where it's not up against a lot of things. So I think, you know, we always tried to get the numbers up early. We tried to, you know, when the Aces got good, we were like, look, we got to get this stuff up. We got to, I mean, nobody offered WNBA, you know, to win it all market. You know, futures and stuff. So we did. We said, put it up. Let's go see who bets it. Last one for me, sir. If we do a road show, not in Philadelphia, but in another one of your favorite cities, and it might involve, you know, baseball or something like that, is there a possibility you could join us in person in a wonderful Midwestern city if we get this done? I heard you like Chicago. You've been there before? You like that joint?
As a former resident, when I tell you this, I've skateboarded every single square foot of that city. So I feel like I have a very special tie to it because of my time there with that. So what is the date? What is the date, or what are the days?
We will tell you, but just you may want to keep mid-May open.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, listen, we could make it like, you know, a James Santore return to Chicago type thing. If you know people that would want to come out and hang out.
My boys would 1,000%. My Chicago boys would 1,000% do that, and they would make fun of me the entire time. And I think that would be entertaining.
Welcome back, Kata. All right. Welcome back. All right. Welcome back, Kata.
Irish Cubs. Just talking about.
Now you're giving away all the dates. My goodness.
No. I just
people have schedules, Dave.
I'm going to search for when that is.
Mid-May is when it is. So stay tuned, boys and girls, to what's going to be going on for the first ever BVB show that's not going to be in the city of Las Vegas. It's very possible that we could be headed out, not for a Super Bowl, mind you. We've done LA, Phoenix, and we've gone around, but now we're going to be actually taking the daily show out. Awesome. You guys go and download Rithmm right now, the NBA player props and the AI caddy available on the 7-day free trial. It's available right now for Rithmm. There's always a link on our Discord channel. You got thebbbshow.com to get the link to go to our Discord channel, and there's a link to Rithmm off there directly from there. We'll tag Rithmm as well on all the tweets. You guys can go download the player prop and the AI caddy opportunities right now with Bet Rithmm. James, thank you for everything, man. We really appreciate everything you guys have been doing with us. It's been a ton of fun. I know big things are coming for you guys. So if we don't talk for a couple of weeks, hopefully we'll see you in Chicago in a couple of weeks. We'll be able to catch up then.
Yeah. And anybody in the brigade, again, happy birthday, brigade.
Thank you.
Awesome. And you guys are all the best. If you ever have any questions about Rithmm or anything I can do to help you, I would definitely reach out. We'll be talking a lot more, and I'm hoping that I can. My sister just moved out to Charlotte, right? And I think that weekend of when you guys are talking about, I was planning on going out there anyway. So if I'm already going to be traveling, I think I'm going to make sure I can find a way to get out to meet you guys. So we'll make it happen.
Charlotte or Chicago?
Yeah, Charlotte, but he means he's going to be outside of his Philadelphia area, so he'll be in the air somewhere. So he can
traveling road show,
make a pit stop. You know.
Just redirect over there for the day, and bring your guys, and it'll be a good time. We'll talk more about that later. But
for sure,
thank you for joining us, and 10-9-8 76ers.
Yeah, Matt, we'll see you whenever we play you guys. I guess I don't know
Oh,
what it would be, but it'll be that'll be a whole show. I think it's just
it's the
you and I.
finals. It's the Eastern Conference Finals. Philly,
Please,
Boston.
God, let us get to that. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
That's good. Yeah, we'll see.
It's
And
gonna
I'm
be a
not getting ahead of
long week.
myself. We got to do
Yeah.
the weeks first.
Enjoy it.
We might need you on the ground for that Philadelphia road show.
Right.
I will be.
We'll come there and we'll do it that week.
James, good seeing you, man. Keep in touch.
Have a
All right, we'll
great
talk
weekend,
soon. All right,
See you
that's
guys.
James Santore from Rithmm joining us here on the Bostonian versus the Book. Always a great him on our Rithmm Friday here on BVB. Always good to get him talking.
Him sitting in a coffee house watching the game, trying to keep it calm and together.
With that game too. That game too. Like, look, it's just what happened when Embiid grabbed the hold of the dude and got the flagrant over it. So that was fun to get him on. We really appreciate Rithmm's support of the show and everything that they've done over the last couple of months. It's been a lot of fun for them with that. All right, so back to the draft. The Bears took Caleb Williams and Ron Adunze with, can I say his last name? Adunze? I always mispronounce his name. 1 and 9. Everyone says Chicago wins the offseason and they never actually do anything. Does this make you feel more optimistic for them next year?
No.
Number one wideout, number one quarterback. Keenan Allen. They've made some nice adjustments. He's got weapons, a veteran guy. Adunze. Thank you, ATL Coons. Thank you.
Thank you, boys. Adunze. I doesn't know. I love talking about the draft so much.
But you guys have to move the numbers now.
No, you don't.
No?
Numbers.
That's not the two things you do after the draft, after the schedule. Those are the two times that numbers will move. No?
The number was made. They knew they knew they were taking
Okay.
Caleb at the top. Adunze is a nice addition. It's not moving no numbers. Everybody relax. It's fun. There's more talk and excitement about the Bears now in a positive way. And then it'll be November and everybody will be going, what did we do? What happened? I hope it's successful for them. I don't know. My angst of talking about the draft is this run up and this celebration and all these people go. There's 250,000 people there in Detroit.
400,000. 400,000 according to the police.
That was the number, 400K?
Yeah, they went low. The NFL announced 275. The Detroit police said, actually, you're low. It's 400,000. It looked
sounds like the numbers when you ask people for numbers, like how many people watch the show. That's very, like someone says 400,000, somebody says 250. Well, which one is it? Because it's a difference of 150,000. Who cares? Either way, there's a lot of people there. And there's a lot of people that, watch shows and listen to shows too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, how do Bears fans feel today? They're excited.
Ecstatic. They should be.
It's great.
Hope is a great thing.
Yeah.
Hope is awesome. Hope is what the Patriots have done with Drake May. Did you see Belichick's reaction to the pick?
No.
On Pat, it was unbelievable.
I saw the clip.
Yeah, so Belichick basically was like, he's the worst quarterback in the pocket under pressure. He's like, one of the things we used to look at was, what type of quarterback are you when there's pressure in the pocket? And this kid is way too quick to tuck and run. He doesn't hold. He comes off his receivers too quickly. He does not throw his men open as much as he needs to. He's got a lot of work to be done to be an effective quarterback at the NFL level. Every Patriot fan was like, oh, no. Like, okay.
Like, Bill's going to be on the show every Monday. What do you expect that Bill's going to say? I mean, Bill said more yesterday than he said in 20 years.
100%
on a show, which is great.
It was great.
But that's real assessment. That's real. What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's the pick. I'm not criticizing Belichick for saying it. I'm worried about Drake May. I'm worried about the pick.
It's your quarterback now.
I'm worried about the pick. Everyone's talking about the fact that, well, that's a great point. When was Bill's last quarterback taken in round one? That's a great point. He doesn't do that. That's true. Even Jimmy Garoppolo was a second round pick. So you're right. Bill does not believe in drafting quarterbacks at the top of the draft. Like Bill Belichick was probably sick to his stomach watching the number of quarterbacks go in the first 12 picks, be 6 of them being quarterbacks. So you're correct. Yes, Bill thinks everyone's nuts. So that's why he's not coaching anymore, because Belichick is from an older school and the newer school is coming in.
Right.
Look, the Patriot offense is going to look dramatically different if Drake May plays next season. Now, there's not, remember, Jacoby Brissett's supposed to play. He's supposed to be the quarterback for a while. But yeah, Raymaker, the big rumor is that he didn't draft Mac Jones. It was actually Robert Kraft that drafted Mac Jones, that Bill did not want Mac Jones. So, that was the point. He did draft Mac Jones in the first round. That is true. So that was the last quarterback taken by the Patriots in the first round. Didn't work. It was a disaster.
Right.
Mac couldn't run. Drake May can. The one difference with the quarterback, correct. The one difference with the quarterback spot now versus when Brady was dominant, you have to be mobile in the pocket. You got to be able to move. And if you can't, you're dead. Mac Jones couldn't
be
move.
able to be mobile in the pocket. Now you have to be able to run for your life.
That's what I mean. You got to be able to get out and run, pick up first downs. Patrick Mahomes' best weapon is not his arm. It's his legs. He picks up so many first downs.
Good too.
Arm's tremendous, but he's got an opportunity to do some big things. He really can do some cool things now in the offense that the Patriots haven't had, really, because Jimmy Garoppolo was a reluctant runner. He occasionally ran, but he was injury prone. So everybody held their breath. The same thing's going to be with Drake May. Yet Drake May's big. He's 6'3". He's a big kid. So like he's a really big dude. Going to have to go and run and pick up first downs. I don't know when they'll play him. My biggest concern with Drake May, and I have bet Drake May's props the last 2 years. I've been on the Drake May bandwagon. I am a big fan of Drake May. I like the Patriots pick. I am petrified of his inexperience of playing in cold weather. He does not play and has not played in cold weather.
Yep.
So to me,
I've said that for years. I mean, you got to get a mutter. If you play in the mud, you got to get a mutter. Speaking of mutters, it's Derby week next week. We'll use all the horse terms. I'm not a horse guy, but we'll use the horse terms. Is Drake May a mutter? We'll find out. I mean, playing those games in November, December up there, good luck. And then, the other teams are Buffalo and the Jets. Cold weather. You get one trip to Miami. I don't know. Again, all this stuff is such nonsense. We'll be able to look at the schedule and know the season wins totals 4.5 for the Patriots, right? That's what it is. It's not moving.
Over.
Okay.
Over. They're winning 6 games.
6.
Yep. Which is not good. 6.
Is he starting game 1?
Who?
Drake May.
No.
Drake May's not starting game 1.
I would be stunned if he's starting game 1.
Unless
they want to go under. If they're trying to get back.
Who's the starting quarterback game 1 for the Patriots?
Jacoby Brissett.
Put it in a poll. Let the people vote. We got a super nice crowd in here. Who's the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots on game number 1? Is it Jacoby Brissett or is it 3rd round pick overall in the draft?
3rd pick overall, not 3rd round, 1st round pick.
Third pick overall in the 1st round. Yeah, of the entire NFL draft. What do you think the vote's going to be?
I'm going to guess that people are going to vote for Brissett. Because that's just what they signed him for. Tom Brady's interesting, Vinny.
Tom Brady's what? Tom Brady's what? To be the starting quarterback? Did you post this poll yet?
I just did.
I'm voting. Tom Brady to be the starting quarterback? Who's even talking about this?
Tom Brady.
What?
Tom Brady's talking about it. Now, the most likely situation is that Tom Brady wants to go to a contender and he wants to play for a championship, not the Patriots. But, I mean, Tom Brady's still hanging out there. Tom Brady wants to play. You can sit Drake May down and have him go, and you have 3 quarterbacks. It's not – you want to go back, no Bill. Could you imagine? Yeah, Brady to Vegas is actually a pretty good point. That actually could happen a lot, but the Brady to Vegas thing is more sticky because of the ownership situation. So he would need to divest from the Raiders and then go play for the Patriots, but divesting from the Raiders and then playing for the Raiders he would need he need 31 of the 32 teams to say yes to that, ownership to say yes to that. So good luck with that.
Can you
Not gonna
let
happen.
it go?
What?
He's not coming back.
He's talking about it. I'm not. Brady is.
Go.
He's not letting it go. He is not letting it go.
How old is Tom Brady?
47 years old. He's the same age as me. He won a championship in his second to last year. Like, what do you, I mean, like, yes. Could you imagine Tom Brady?
You worried about whether
to mold Drake May
instead of Swayman and all this other stuff, and you were talking about it not being Pee-wee, and this isn't the senior league, sir.
Oh, no. Brady can still play. I have no debate Brady can play the game. No debating. And with these rules, it's two-hand touch. These guys don't get touched. These quarterbacks don't get touched anymore.
You gotta stop.
Okay.
He ain't coming back.
Just
Let it
saying.
go. Tom, let it go.
I'm going to say this.
Seriously.
It's minus 120. He doesn't play to me.
It's that close.
It's that close. It is a slight to the no, but I think he wants to play. He wants to play. And maybe not in New England, but he wants to play. And if he gets a chance to play, I think there's an owner, a team, a coach that someone's going to come in and he could play for Gerard Mayo. He won championships with Gerard Mayo. Literally, they're contemporaries. So just saying.
Hey, bro, let me come back. I'm going to come back. I'm going to play like, I'm not coming to training camp. I'll come and work out the last couple of weeks. We'll get ready for the season.
Correct.
Let's run it back one more time.
Brett Favre. So the most egregious, the most idiotic, the most ridiculous pick of all last night.
Why?
I
What?
fell over on my phone when it came across, and I got the text alert that the Atlanta Falcons had drafted Michael Penix Jr. with the
they did.
8th pick.
Yeah, they did. They did.
This is what Michael Penix Jr. is dealing with. When I said he was a walking injury, some of you fools thought I was kidding. Michael Penix has had 4 season-ending injuries. 4 so far in his career. Tore his ACL in 2018. Dislocated his shoulder in 2019. Tore his right ACL in 2020 and separated the AC joint in 2021. This is the guy you decided to draft with the 8th pick overall after signing Kirk Cousins to a 4-year monster contract.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Atlanta?
I don't know.
You want to talk about Falcons being Falcons? This is the team that drafted Bijan Robinson, who I like a lot, way too high. This is the team that drafted a tight end in Kyle Pitts, way too high. And then they drafted Michael Penix, way too high. This dude is not a top 10 pick. The injury concerns alone, he's not a top 10 pick. He went top 10 last night. Okay, fine. No idea. Complete panic. The GM, with a straight face, said last night that Michael Penix Jr. might sit 4 to 5 years. 4 to 5 years.
Is the GM going to be there in 4 to 5
I don't
years?
know.
That's awesome. He must be. If he made that plan, that's great. Wow.
Kirk Cousins is pissed off, and Kirk Cousins doesn't get pissed off. Kirk Cousins is a Kirkland t-shirt wearing, calm demeanor guy who was, quote, stunned. He thought that they might draft his heir apparent at some point in the next 2 years.
Right.
He didn't think it would be this year before he took a darn snap. He hasn't taken a snap yet for the Falcons, and they've already told him, here's the guy that will take your job. He's coming off an Achilles injury. Why did you give him a 4-year deal? Why did you give him all that money?
I don't know, but I don't know. You say to Kirk, we got him because in case you get hurt. Like, don't you?
So
I don't
you
know.
get
What was the backup plan last year? Wasn't really a backup plan. You have to have a successor plan
you
at
do.
quarterback,
You do?
don't you?
No, you don't.
No?
No. Kirk Cousins is going to play for many more years. He's
Is he?
35. He's 35 years old. He wants to play for a long time. Kirk Cousins wants to be, he is
Okay.
leaving the Vikings to go to Atlanta, to go and play for a team that he wants to try to elevate with the weapons they have, trying to take them to a championship.
Uh-huh.
Top 10 picks don't wait. You don't sit down top 10 picks.
Why? Jordan Love set.
Jordan Love caused a massive problem.
Why?
Aaron strife was drama. They sucked the same time they had Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. They were horrible. Packers
They
were
the one
awful.
seed and lost. They had home
Kept
field
on losing.
problem,
They couldn't
lost.
win. All drama. It caused all sorts of issues with ownership and with front office staff. It was whether Aaron threatened to retire. Like it was just a disaster.
It's on Aaron.
Well, that's on the team. They self-chose that problem by
They
not
took
telling.
a number 1 draft pick and sat him for 3 years.
Correct. Michael Penix.
And Jordan Love is pretty good now, isn't he?
Jordan Love is a young and up-and-coming quarterback who could develop into what we thought he could. Yes, possibly. He's not there yet. Played well at the end of last year. No debate. Played very well. First half of the year, got very good. Got hot late. Maybe he keeps going next year. Packer fans hope so, that he goes and does that. Won a playoff game. I'll be very curious. This pick makes zero sense. This is a waste. This is a throwaway.
It makes zero sense to you. It makes sense in that building. They did it.
That's awesome. They did it. And the Falcons have won how many championships? So they don't know what they're doing. It is you have a win now. You're a win now team. You signed a 35-year-old quarterback to a 4-year deal to win right now.
Said it's going to play for 4 years.
Who? Cousins?
Yeah,
He wants to for sure. Oh yeah, he wants to absolutely. But his heir apparent is sitting behind him. You need to give him weapons now.
His heir apparent is sitting behind him with zero threat to play.
Correct.
The job is yours.
Why wouldn't you add
we
more
drafted a
talent?
quarterback behind you
Dave, their
because
defense sucks.
you
The
can get
defense is-
hurt and you're 35.
Defense
What's
sucks.
so hard to understand?
Their defense sucks. Use a pick to improve your team for now, not 5 years from now. For now, you got to win
So
right
you draft
now.
an outside the linebacker that's going to help your team win another one game.
That one game could be the Super Bowl.
If you're they're
One
one
game could
game
be-
away from the Super Bowl, are you out of your mind?
Dave, that roster on offense is tremendous. That offense is
Talking about
I'm telling you, that offense is tremendous. They have an unbelievable
tremendous.
They have the top running back in the game. They have a top 5 tight end in the game. They have 2 really good wide receivers. Their offensive line needs help. Should have drafted an offensive lineman. Their
That should
defense
have been
can't stop
done.
anybody.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't make any sense to draft a quarterback who can play in 4 years when you're trying to win right now with a 35-year-old quarterback. If that's the case, don't sign Cousins. Just wait and draft Michael Penix. He plays, he develops, he's your guy. It doesn't make it makes no sense.
You can't put a young kid who's been hurt behind an offensive line that he's going to have to run for his life for.
So
You can't do it. You
the question
signed a
then would be,
veteran
you
quarterback.
signed Kirk Cousins off
can-
an injury who would then run for his life who can't run.
No,
So why'd you sign
Kirk
again?
Cousins
Why'd
doesn't know how to throw the ball.
you sign
get
Kirk
rid of him.
Cousins?
What?
I mean, why'd you sign Kirk Cousins then? If your line can't block anybody, guy coming off an Achilles injury, gave him a 4-year deal, a monster
Because they got all
contract.
these other pieces. All they needed was a quarterback. You just said it. That's why they signed him.
You should
I mean, there's a lot of people that like to fucking pardon my language. Sorry, Will. That was me first. Sorry. Evaluate drafts and talk about what they know, what they think, and what they this and what they that are completely unqualified. I'm not saying you particularly are, but there's a lot of people that like to talk about it, that like to make judgments about things. And it's great. We're going to get draft grades for the next 2 days.
Sure.
We'll summarize it, this and that.
Forget
I have
Michael
no
Penix-
idea why the
Forget
Falcons
Michael Penix's
drafted.
talents. Just forget him as a talent, his injury history, all of that.
Who?
Michael Penix. Forget all of it. You drafted a guy in the top 10 who's not going to play for 3 years.
It's been done before and worked.
Huh?
It's been done before and worked.
It's
Jordan
done
Love's
bef-
playing right now. And as if
They
you
didn't
ask
win
people,
anything in the 3 years that
if
Jordan
you-
Love sat.
you had a veteran quarterback who was supposed to take a team to a Super Bowl.
And you have one now in Kirk Cousins
So why can't it work?
because you need the help now. It's like Brady when Brady
What do you
needed
need
weapons.
help with?
The offensive line needs help. The defensive line needs help. The secondary needs help. They give up lead after lead last year. Look at the Falcons. How many
plays
leads they blow?
defense. They just drafted 20 players out of 32. We'll score 50 and win every game that we win 50 to 45. Who gives a crap?
Or go play defense and stop that from happening. How many one-score games the Falcons lose last year?
That's not the league. They
Well,
don't need to be good to win a division. The goal within a building,
wait a
when
minute.
you ask people,
The Chiefs just
is
won
to
the.
win the division.
How did the
first
Chiefs
thing
win
you
Super
got to
Bowl?
do is win your division.
How did the Chiefs win it all last year?
They
Their
won their
defense.
division and went on the road
And
and
their
won
defense.
3 games in the playoffs.
Thanks to their defense. I don't understand this idea that like defense doesn't get played in the lane with the defending champs. The 2-time defending champs just won the Super Bowl thanks to their defense.
You're right.
So,
Nobody
like,
listens.
draft defense.
25%, 25 of the 32 teams just are playing offense. Somebody in the chat said that the Falcons must have been on auto draft.
I agree. It's an awesome point. That's an awesome point. It must have been, yes. It makes no sense.
Who was that? I have to shout them out.
It makes
looked
no
down and said
sense.
The Falcons were on auto draft.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
the
that is
pick
so funny.
Makes no bleeping sense. It is a reach. It is it's a need. It's a draft you make when you have a luxury pick available. With the Falcons, do not have a luxury pick available.
They must believe the press clippings that you're reading. They have everything else. So they've got a backup quarterback in case Cousins gets hurt.
I can't believe it. To me, it's a wild waste of a pick in the player alone. Is a walk again. He's a walking injury. I mean, Michael Penix being top 10 pick. It was I was laughing my ass off. I was like, Falcons are going to Falcon. Like that's just the dumbest pick of the draft. Like regardless of the talent, regardless of the player, which I wouldn't have taken anyway, arm talent, whatever. Him at 8 is like unbelievable. Vikings trading up to get JJ McCarthy. I don't hate this. I don't hate this pick at all. I think I like JJ.
Play game 1?
I don't know. Nah, I hope not. Not for his sake. I hope not. But he's got Justin Jefferson. I mean, you've got a hell of a wideout to go throw to. So, I mean, I'll be very curious how quickly he plays.
If it's not him.
Oh, they signed? Hold on. I forget who the Vikings signed to play.
I have no idea.
I know. Hold on.
Sam Darnold. Thank you, ATL
yes.
Goose.
Thank you. Yes, I knew that
he'll
play.
The chat are so valuable to this show. I can't even begin to thank you enough.
So he'll play probably by, I don't know, maybe not at all. I don't know. If Sam plays well, maybe not at all. Yeah. Sam Darnold signed in March to a 1-year deal. So, but maybe he'll play quickly. I mean, maybe he can, but he's got Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. They got Aaron Jones and they have TJ Hawkinson who'll come back from injury. Vikings, I like this. I like JJ there. I think it's a nice spot for him to go in there and have a chance to play and replace Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. I mean, again, you're throwing Justin Jefferson. That makes it easy. And then finally, I mean, Denver, I can't.
They were going to take JJ.
I just can't with this. I mean, this is a riot. According to Adam Schefter, Sean Payton wanted to and intended to draft Patrick Mahomes in 2017 when he held the 11th pick. He was going to turn the card in before he could. The Chiefs traded up with the Bills at 10. We'll talk about the Bills more later. It took Mahomes with the 1 spot ahead of him for Payton, leaving the Saints to draft Ohio State cornerback Marshawn Lattimore, who was pretty damn good, by the way. Payton feels as strongly about Bo Nix as he does Patrick Mahomes, or he did Patrick Mahomes. Now, is that just draft day fodder to throw out there, or do you actually believe that Sean Payton would put Mahomes and Bo Nix in the same category?
I don't know, but I know that he might read press clippings and he might see sound bites. And if his coach is saying that, I'd rather him say that than say what Belichick said.
Fair.
You know, like I want to know that the guy believes in me. Sean Payton doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. Okay. He's trying to turn around a team that, you know, he had a veteran quarterback who, listen, he's a Steelers quarterback now. I want to believe it's going to be okay, but I'm not sure about any of that.
Got a like Oregon Denver put WTF in giant letters on Slack this morning.
Oh yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Like he ain't playing right away, right?
Oh, no way.
Can't.
Yeah,
so
no
who
way.
plays right away in Denver?
We got 3 quarterback options. I mean, most likely, my gut tells me it's probably your favorite Wilson. The other one, Zach, plays right away.
I immediately thought season wins under.
Yep, agreed.
Whatever Denver's season wins are, it's under. They're not going to be able to compete on offense. You can't win in the league without a quarterback. It's painfully evident. You have to have pieces, but you can't win without a quarterback.
I'm sorry. I'm just not. I mean, Bo Nix, you can have him. Okay. As I said, Bo Nix has such a long way to go in my mind to prove he can be a starting quarterback in the NFL. He's efficient. Okay. And that's what Bo Nix can do. Complete short dink and dunk passes. That's what I guess Sean Payton wants to do. Everyone's comparing the offense ran by Drew Brees to what he's going to run with Bo Nix, which is a lot of 5-yard quick slants and go let the wideout do a lot of the work. Okay. Drew Brees is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Wait, Jared Stidham is the quarterback in Denver, and Zach Wilson, and now Bo Nix.
Yep. Rinse and repeat. All 3 guys.
I don't even like that would be one of those ones we'd be sitting in a risk room going, well, I don't know how many games Denver's going to win, but I know it ain't a lot.
5.5 is where it is at FanDuel.
I have to go through the schedule in the order, but I mean, when we do the season wins, I'm feel like I'm going to say loss. Like without looking at anything, 5-12 sounds like a perfect number.
Yeah, Denver's going to be bad. And then finally, why did the Chiefs get help from the Bills again?
I don't know.
Because the Chiefs got Patrick Mahomes thanks to the Buffalo Bills. And the Chiefs got Xavier Worthy last night. Arguably the fastest guy in the draft. Arguably the biggest big play weapon in the draft.
Yeah.
And the Bills gave it to him.
I don't know. I only knew because I saw, you guys know us from working on Sports Grid that stuff like Morency's rant was legendary. Hall of Fame. Like he tried to keep it calm and then he just completely lost it. Asked a lot of very good questions with a lot of F-bombs in between. It was awesome. I have no idea what they were doing. No idea at all. Did the Chiefs get help? I don't know. You guys tell us. JC from KC's at the baseball game right now.
They did get help. I mean, they
blowing out the Tigers.
They traded. They let them move up. Like because the Bills aren't smart. I don't know. Like, yes, Rain. Bo Nix sucked in the SEC. That was my point yesterday. Went to Oregon was awesome. Pac-12 defense is great for the big numbers. Enjoy it.
We're going to see about the Pac-12 again. Another number 1 overall choice, USC quarterback. It's different in the pros when you get hit. It's different in the cold when everybody is playing as fast as you or faster. It's different. And playing in those Pac-12 games where you're just standing back there and you get your first read, your second read, and third read, and they're all open. You don't even have to move your feet.
Right.
It's pretty easy. It's way different in the pros.
I don't know that was like a wait. They did what now? Oh,
man,
boy.
We got almost 100 votes, and 73% of the people say the starting quarterback for game 1 is Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. It's going to be Brissett. There's no way Drake May starts game 1. Would be way not totally shocking, but it would be way faster than what we are expecting just because he's a developmental project. Like he's a top 5 quarterback that they're going to baby. Can't throw him to the wolves immediately. Patriots aren't good enough.
Someone named Buddha Man. Hello, Buddha Man. I've never seen you in the chat before. Thank you for being here. Just came in and said Sean McDermott playing the long game for the Chiefs head coaching job.
I mean, that's what Gabe's rant was because Sean McDermott is friends with Andy Reid. He keeps on helping out Andy Reid, giving Andy Reid more and more opportunities to beat them in the postseason and give them better weapons.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, there's a lot of, it can't really, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, PB, you're right. Bills being Bills. I don't know. Like it just, what are you doing? Like you can't beat them in the postseason. So what are you doing? Doesn't make any sense. It's bizarre. If I'm a Bills fan today, I'm like, not only is our window closing, not only are the Chiefs 2-time defending champs, you gave them what they wanted. Like you gave them what they were, their whole purpose was to get a game-breaking wideout, and you just gave Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid exactly what they needed. Like, why would you help them do that?
You know the percentages of wide receivers making it now. We all know.
That's true, 27%.
Would they give them? Really? I don't know.
They don't need. I mean, look, they won with Kadarius Toney. They won with some like C-level wideouts, like
because of the defense.
Correct.
Don't forget
because of the defense. That's
Patrick
right.
Mahomes.
Because of the defense. So
Yeah.
I mean, Mahomes and the defense. All right, we talked about this a little bit with James, but Embiid drops 50 last night. Philly wins and covers in game number 3. This is a series, right? This is not quickie 5 games, right?
Baby. Yeah.
Okay. Game 4, you like Philly?
When is game 4? It should be tomorrow, but it's not.
Sunday, right?
Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday.
The hardest part of watching playoff basketball is finding out when the damn games are.
Right.
Oh, Nikki Caramello said the Knicks are winning game 4. This is our next poll. We did a football poll. Give the boys and girls a basketball poll. Phillies or Sixers and Knicks is when? April 30th? When the hell is that? I mean, today's the 26th.
There's no way. There's no way. It's Monday?
It's Monday.
Oh, wow. That was Sunday.
It's Monday.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't play again until Monday.
Wow. That's really awful.
I mean, what are we doing? I don't know.
Oh, no. It's Sunday. Nikki said it's Sunday. I thought it was Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday at 1. Yeah, it's Sunday at 1. Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, that's no way. I was like, I think that's game 5 you're looking at.
Okay. April 28th.
Yeah, there we go. April 30th being game 5. That would make sense.
Oh, that's good. All right. Yeah, I scrolled past it. Sorry. Okay. So it's 4.5. Sixers 4.5. That line shot up yesterday to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think it's rinse and repeat, but that's, I want to see that. So I'm a little bit biased in that regard. But yeah,
I think Philly wins game 4. I do. I think this is going to be a 7-game series. This is going to be a fun brawl.
Thank you, boys, in the chat for pointing that out. Game 5 is Tuesday, the 30th.
Yeah, the Lakers have now lost 11 consecutive games to the Nuggets. Another double-digit lead, and we talked about it yesterday. That line made absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
Maybe my favorite bet yesterday that I didn't put on the Daily Juice was Denver +1. Like that didn't make a lick of sense to me. I was like, what is that? Like, why? And the same thing in game 4. Like, I don't care what the number is. Denver's winning and covering. Like it's over.
It's so weird. I went to Green Valley Ranch last night and met some guys, or just one guy, and then posted a picture that I was there, and a couple other guys came over, and we were talking about like this business and games and different things. It's the same game every time. The Lakers are leading in the first half.
Between these two teams, yes. Yeah.
It's the same game. And you're just sitting there watching, and you've used this playing with your food analogy a lot on this show.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I like it or not, but I know I'm going to use it right now. It looked like the Nuggets were playing with their food in the first half. And then the second half, like the grown-ups table said, all right, we're going to eat dinner now. We're going to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. In fact, you guys aren't going to score any more points. We're going to really play defense. And every guy on the floor, I felt like, was touching the ball. Watching the Nuggets yesterday was like, and again, I'm watching it. The sound's on. I'm in the book. The horses are on the left. I mean, Hoosier Park and Yonkers, and this guy I'm sitting with is looking at betting horses. I'm like, we're just watching the game. But I'm like, I don't know who's beating this team. It ain't the Lakers. I know he needs to hear it. It's over.
It's done. Over. Oh, it's one more game.
Whether it's game 4
yep,
or game 5.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Just not even done. And then the Magic clobbered the Cavs in game 3.
Full disclosure, did not watch 1 second of this.
Nor did I.
Strictly the highlights. Looked through the box score
and
went throwaway game. Boom. Flush it. Right down the toilet. Done. Gone.
Now,
That's
I
it.
don't think that means game 4 is a lock for the Cavs, though.
No.
It's a throwaway game for sure, but it's not. I mean, the Magic still can win this series, and I still think the Magic can win this series. Like, game 4 will tell everything, obviously. Game 4 is the series. This is winner of game 4 wins the series.
Right. Wait, so Magic win game 4? You think they win the series?
I do.
You think they're going to go to Cleveland and win a game?
And we talked about this as Scott Foster got called in.
Scott Foster.
Got called.
Hello. Hello.
The extender came in to extend the series.
Yes, he did. Yeah, definitely one of those things. I don't know if I'm ready to go that far,
Mm-hmm.
but I think we'll have time to focus on this one because a couple of the other series may be done.
Fair. I would agree.
I think this one's going 6
or 7.
or 7.
Agreed. So both hockey games were interesting last night. Panthers 3-0 up now on Tampa. 5-3 win against Tampa. Was this the game you were watching? Were you watching this one?
Ooh, I was watching both of them
Okay.
at the same time, but I was focused on this one because kind of like Florida yesterday, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I did
and
not.
had
I like Tampa. Only bets I got wrong yesterday. I took Tampa on the money line
I
with
like Florida, and I was watching it with the intent of how quick can they get this series done. And they won. The game was as physical of a hockey game as the earlier games in Florida. Like, these two are taking runs at each other. The open ice hits are, I mean, it was close to 80 hits. Not even, they were just under the halfway point of the game. Usually, 100 hits in a game combined is a lot. They were already at 80. I didn't see the final number, but they were physically beating the crap out of each other. And the Panthers took the will right out of the Lightning yesterday. You watched it and you went, it's done.
So I have that.
I thought, time to get some more Panthers futures.
They look pretty good. Hurricanes to win game 1 and win the series. They're up 3-0. Denver to win game 1 and win the series. They're up 3-0. So both those bets I made will come in cash.
Hello.
So that's good to come in with that. But Islanders are dead, right? This is over.
Valiant effort again yesterday. Mr. Anderson, not Mr. Mark Anderson, who we shouted out, not Stevie Anderson, but Mr. Anderson, Frederick Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Stanley Cup goaltender right there, sir.
Playing well.
That's a guy who the Islanders threw everything at him. The Islanders played with that desperation, especially in the third period. And there was a lot of shots and scoring opportunities. Not just the glove save that he made, but there was a bunch.
Yeah.
Super impressed.
Yeah.
Super impressed with Carolina too. Carolina gets the Rangers. Thanks to Wetzel yesterday, there is a bracket and they're not receding.
Nope.
Carolina and the Rangers. If the Rangers can take care of Washington quickly, you're going to get that matchup, an absolute war. And Florida is in your future if the Bruins close out the Maple Leafs.
Let's get past Toronto first, and then we'll worry about Florida later. Still going to get past Toronto.
Oh.
I gotta go.
Did you see Marchand say it's over in 5?
I would love it. I would absolutely love it, but I don't know. I gotta wait.
I can't believe they don't play tonight. I was so
bad.
Yeah, and that's fine. I can't wait. We're not going to be doing a show.
Yeah,
we should almost do a Twitter Spaces or something Saturday just to preview the game. If I almost want to give you a place to vent if Olmark is the starting goalie.
He's not. Yeah, Montgomery already said he's leaning to Swayman.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah,
okay.
He's not going to play him. He knows better. He knows his job's on the line. He's not dumb. He starts Olmark and they lose and it's 2-2 and they lose. He's gone. They fire him. So he's not that stupid. He's going to.
Chef Benny is flying in a plane 30,000 feet watching the show right now. So is James Farah. James Farah just sent me a text.
What's up?
I said, hello, James. I will give you a report here later. And Mikey Awesome is where? He's over Connecticut now.
He's over Connecticut. I thought he was in Connecticut. Oh, he's over Connecticut. He's
over or in. That's a big deal.
There's a big difference, right?
Big difference.
Over in.
Yeah.
A lot of reasons that's a big difference. Let's do some NBA quick, and then we'll get to roll call Friday.
Wow.
What?
The Sixers poll for game 4
Yep.
is up to 70% to 30%. The
Right.
Knicks have no chance?
In game 4, not for the series, but in game 4, yeah. I like that for sure. I like Philly. in
We
game
talked
4.
about that plus 370 bet too on them to win the series when they were down. I
Right.
didn't look. Anybody put, if you're in the chat watching the show, find the Sixers series price now, wherever you're at, and post it in the chat because
Is there
that's
anything more,
live again.
more first world than drinking a beer, watching a YouTube show, and going 600 miles per hour? It's a good point.
No, Joe the Fat Panda's right. Again,
Mhm.
Joe the Fat Panda, thank you again for being here. We're going to have Roll Call Friday
Oh,
starting
Mikey's flying to Boston? I didn't know that.
5
That's
to 10
cool.
minutes.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
Mikey's going by northeast. Yep.
Everyone's going to Boston today. Wow, interesting. All right. Bucks
You know, he's in
Pacers.
Boston. It's not here. Is Emerson. Emerson was supposed to be
Correct.
here. Yeah.
He's all mad because he's been texting me nonstop, and I've had people around, so I haven't been able to talk to text. He's all
He's
angry.
very I had to have a little session with him
He's very angry
to
with
explain
me.
to him where
Yes.
you're at, what you're doing.
Yeah.
Save it for favorite thing about today. We'll talk about it then.
Okay.
Get
He
your
sent
drink.
me a text and said, I wish you liked me as much as your new girlfriend.
He's very jealous. I tried to explain this to him. I said, I told him, I said, would you calm down?
I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I said, leave him alone. He's busy.
It was really funny. I was like,
Yeah.
it's like I got to respond to them. Who covers? This number keeps on climbing. It's scaring the hell out of me if I was on the Pacers. I'm not. I'm on Moneyline Pacers.
I have no idea.
I think they win. I don't think they cover that.
Number's perfect. I have no idea. This is a
It was
stop either
3.5.
way.
It's 6 now. This keeps climbing.
Well, yeah, we got to the right number. It might have been a little bit light with the 4,
Okay.
right? No Giannis confirmed.
Right.
Number was with maybe Giannis playing.
Right.
So they bet against them. First home playoff game. Young team. I don't want either side. Pregame. I don't want either side. Does this really start at 2:30 Pacific? 5:30 Eastern?
Wow. 5:30 Eastern's early.
It's an NBA triple header, and they spaced out the game, so neither one will be playing while the other one's playing. How about that, NHL? Novel idea. Play the game so they're all single.
A 5:30 start time in Indianapolis is a pain in the neck, man. That's hard to get out of work. 4:30. That's right.
Oh, no,
4:30.
no, Indiana's on East Coast time.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's
5:30.
Yeah, 5:30. That's an early start time.
Nicky Ciramello confirming it's 2:30 p.m. tip on the West Coast.
Huh. Clippers, Mavs, coin flip. I don't know who wins this game.
No idea.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no strong feeling about this one either way. Maybe Rithmm can help you with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really.
Coin flip.
What surprises you more? This is what we do on the show. I ask you a question. You ask me a question. We go back and forth.
Mhm.
What surprises you more? Mavs win and cover. Dallas wins outright.
Dallas wins. Oh, what? Mavs winning.
Mavs. Oh, Mavs win and cover. I'm sorry, they're the home team. Or Clippers win outright.
What surprises me more? Boy.
You know, Mavs control the game and win by 6 or more points. Or Clippers win outright.
I guess Clippers went outright, but I wouldn't be that shocked.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like it's not.
I'm not going to fall over and be like, "Oh my God, they won!" Like I 4.5 seems about the right number. I think it may come down to a bucket or two, one way or the other. But I also could see the Mavericks playing the way they did in Game 3, and it's 2-2, and away we go back to LA with the best of 3. So, like, I don't know.
Luka night tonight.
Probably.
Luka night tonight.
Probably.
He's going to have a day, I think. So
probably.
I don't know what surprises me more. Ask the chat. Give them something else to vote on NBA wise. Mavs -4 because it's 4 now. It's 4.
Okay.
Painted. 213 is the total. Painted. But say -4. Oh no, say 4.5. Wow, the West Coast books are all 4.5.
Too late.
All right, you got 4. That's all right.
Too late. You said 4.
I voted.
So it's 4.
What do you think? What do you think wins the vote? The minus
Clippers,
or the plus?
Clippers +4. The Clippers. Dog
Full
wins.
disclosure. I voted Mavs.
Okay. T-Wolves Suns.
Oh, bro. 20-second timeout about this one. I'm actually excited to watch this one. I mean, there's going to be a lot of hockey on late, and I'm going to have to devote a TV to this one.
This was easy for me.
Easy? You're on the T-Wolves bandwagon, baby.
Let
You're
it run.
taking it. Oh,
Let it
no.
run. This is like fishing, right? Deep sea fishing. Throw it out there. Zip. Zzz, let it run. I haven't bet it yet. I'm waiting. Give me as many points as possible. 5, 5.5. It was 4 last night. It's like, watch this number run. This is exactly what's been going on in the NBA playoffs. CLV, no bueno. When this number runs, it's losing way more often in these playoffs. This is just like the Pacers game. That number is not a number I want to bet. This number, if I'm on the Suns, scares the hell out of me that we went from 3.5 to 4, 4.5, now to 5. You get a 5.5 potentially out there. I've not bet it. I'm waiting for the ceiling. Give me the top number, and I want Wolves plus 5.5, Wolves plus 6.
I got to shout out Brooklyn. Sherrod Carter is in the chat, and I don't know Sherrod, but he said give a shout out to Brooklyn. We support.
All right, Sherrod, way to go, man. Yes, he's active on Twitter. He writes a lot of stuff. He's cool.
Sherrod does?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sherrod.
Posts a lot of BVB stuff on Twitter. I appreciate him doing that.
Oh man, that's great. Got to meet up next time I'm back east. That's a good thing.
Roll call Friday. We got to do it here in a minute.
It's a shame. A lot of the country is going to miss out on this game tonight because they're going to be sleeping, and it's Friday night.
I'm up.
West Coast late night game.
Yeah, I'm 100% up watching this game. I can't wait to watch this. I have the entire house to myself.
Oh boy,
entire house myself next 3 nights.
Monsoon outside. Have you?
It's raining. It's nasty. I'm gonna order a pizza. I'm gonna hang out at the house. Can't wait. I'm gonna confirm what
that they're leaving.
They're gone. They're on their way to the airport at the moment. So they're officially on their way. Now they're not in the airplane. They're not in air yet. Their flight's not for 2 hours. but.
All right, boys and girls, put your 3-digit area code wherever you're watching the show from right now. All right. You see Sonic the Wrench just did it. He's in the 602 Phoenix, Arizona. That's all we need. If you want to put a weather report, if you want to put a quick play in there, don't make it a long paragraph. If you've got something else that you want to say, us to talk about in BBB bonus time, do it in a super chat if you can, because it makes it a different color. Doesn't have to be a lot of money, but it goes in there and it pops up. It makes it special. It'll make you feel special. It makes me and Matt feel special. The kids think the show is weird, but they don't understand why anybody would actually do a super chat. Every single week, I have to explain to the girls, like, look, people actually do this. They watch the show, and then they want to meet us, too, and they don't understand even what we're talking about. But that's not for them to understand. It's fine.
But Madeline's getting, I think Madeline has like an interesting outlook on these things. She's starting to her brain's starting to go with her and Kendall. Like there's this thing that's rolling around in her head. So she's starting to get the brigade and she's starting to get the whole deal. So
really?
Yeah. So she loves her nickname. She loves Little Consig and Little Bostonian. She loves that those two that Kendall are tied to the show in that way. So it's cool. It's neat.
It's fun. The show is about, we do the show, but the show is about all of us and, being a dad and being a husband and being a boyfriend and, being a brother, uncle. These are all roles that we all wear. It's all different hats, just like me with all these hats. We're wearing different hats all the time. Me and you are producer, booker, marketer, sales guys, travel agents, all these other things. We got guys that help every single day. Can't thank them enough. They come here and listen to us talk. Every week, we show up on a map. You got the blank map today. I think 37.5 is the number today.
All right.
There's people watching, people talking, and doing this from all over, starting with, he's here every single week. All right. I want Sonic, of course, 602 Phoenix. He's here every single day. He's doing amazing work. But right under him is a guy who's over in Well, I scrolled down. Sorry, I went a little far. I'll get to the guys, but I saw Vinko Martinsevich in a 3.85, which is Croatia. For those of you that aren't good with the geography, that's over across the world. Vinko is here with us watching the show live every single week. Vinko shows up. That's
True.
what we do. We do the show. We show up. Everybody talks. Everybody communicates. It's a beautiful thing every single week. Let's see. Jimmy Jack East Coast bar's going to be popping, baby. Yes, they are. There's Eric Prezano. I met Eric Little Prezanos, and he's in the 516 Long Island, New York, 60 and sunny outside. Hello, Little Prezanos. We got to meet the Little Prezanos, and they were like, looking at me like, hey, I've seen you before on Dad's phone and on the TV, and awesome stuff. The kids know. The show is weird. I can't explain it. There's Kevin Whitrock, 319, Iowa City. Raining, just like it is here in the 702. Las Vegas. It's pouring. TP, are you with me? ? 206 Seattle, 58 degrees and cloudy. TP, are you with me? Is nonstop thinking about ways to grow the show. Wants to try different things. We're doing as much as we can, sir. Continue thinking and coming up with ideas. Boss 429, 216 Cleveland, Ohio. Hello, sir. Welcome. Tough day yesterday for those Cavs, but don't worry about it. They're coming back. They'll be fine. LL 480 Chandler, Arizona. Good luck tonight with those Suns. There's D Stout 19, Pipestone, Minnesota. Twins. Nice week.
Benny says no area codes for the sky, but we'll give you the Rhode Island like we always do.
Yeah,
Benny.
we always have the Rhode Island for Chef
for
Pete. Thank you, sir. Ask the person next to you if they subscribe to the show. Have them hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you can. Tell the flight attendant.
Come on in,
it's a good show.
Go.
Watch
Good show.
They can watch it every day from
Good
all
show.
the different cities. Can you imagine that if we get a flight attendant or two that would get us the different area codes that we need? Where are you going today? Bozeman. Oh, great. We need Montana. Wyoming.
Alabama.
We
need Bama.
We do need Bama. Yeah, because TJ's busy.
Utah.
TJ's watching the show on TJ's time.
Yeah.
But he's here for Roll Call Friday.
He is.
Francisco Ochoa, normally 760 Escondido, California, but he's live from Aria at the Las Vegas today at the Sportsbook. Posted a picture wearing his Resorts World hat that he came to the show and got.
Yes.
And we might be doing that again. If we do another live show, we might be bringing hats and things like that. Stay tuned. We'll know more. Oswego, New York, our news hound, CBW 315, glorious sunny degrees, and glorious sunny 50 degrees. 50. That's glorious. I don't know if I use that word, CBW. There's JPC the fourth, 313, Detroit, the center of the universe right now.
Right
the
now,
NFL draft yesterday. That was great. JC from KC was at the Detroit Tigers game today in Detroit against the Royals. Hopefully, if you guys want to have meetups, this has happened before.
Right.
People from different cities come to your city. You put it in the Discord, which, by the way, P-Roll, what is the Discord again?
TheBVBShow.com. Go to our website, direct link right to the Discord.
All of the link to the Discord, a link to the proxy service. The proxy service number's on there. If you want a hat, send a text to the text line, and we'll get in touch by getting you a hat. There's a Deuce Daily, 978, Lowell, Massachusetts. Linus Cribbage, 705, or really Ontario, that's 13 degrees Celsius, which is 56 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you, Linus. Appreciate you putting the F on there because I'm not sure about the C, the F, and the numbers. I'm sure 100% I'll be watching the hockey tonight nonstop, Linus. The hockey playoffs are the best product there is in all of sports. George Pavlik, 973, Hillside, New Jersey. Ashlyn wants to design a hat. This is great news. She needs to wait until the Garden State Brigade version is done. Well, guess what I'm going to do this weekend, George? I'm going to go find the guy, and we're going to try to get that Brigade hat done so Ashlyn can get in the mix because the kids, one thing for sure, they like the hats. They think the show is weird. They think the hats are cool. The kids know. Excellent. Addison, another wrench. Hoosier Town, 812. Jake DeBrusque Point, tomorrow. We're getting early hockey plays the day before. That's outstanding. Thank you, Addison. There's Georgie Mason, 902 Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, Canada. Love it. That's great. Thank you, Georgie. I'm working on your other thing too. Georgie's coming up with some great ideas, really pushing the limits with the ideas for the hats. We got no games in Canada today, so we're gonna have to tune into the hockey early to get the visiting team Canada version. I love that every playoffs. There's Andy O. He's in Woodruff, South Carolina. That's 864. South Carolina in the summer would be a really good place to do a show. Just saying. Haven't been down there. Ain't never been there. Might be a good place. Keep that in mind. Southern Star, 71. 606, Nancy, Kentucky. Literally, Southern Star's here. Never been to Nancy, Kentucky. Have you been to Kentucky, P-Roll?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Something big in Kentucky next week. You heard?
Derby.
Can't wait. Find us some horse guys, Southern Star 71.
You got a bunch coming on.
Yeah, we're working on that. For trying to get because I'm not a horse guy and you're not a horse guy, but we're trying to find some horse guys that want to come on the show, talk about the Derby.
Is that back-to-back Kentucky? How about that? 606, 502, Nancy and Louisville.
Jack Ansley, 502. 2 different area codes in Kentucky. How many area codes are there in Kentucky?
It's an awesome question. I'm going to say 5.
That's a good question for the chat. We'll put that in there. You're going to have to read the answer because I'm still caught up in this Roll Call Friday thing that we do.
1, 2, 5. I was right.
5?
Yep.
Okay. Good number. Social Giant. I love this guy's beard. He shows up every single day. Now, he's on the show every day. 319, Iowa City, Iowa. Thank you for being here, sir. JR 33312 216 Cleveland, Ohio. Johnny Parlay visiting the family at the Mistake on the Lake during Passover. Living in the 702 Vegas. Born in the 513 Dayton. The same birthplace of first-round pick Jared Verse.
FSU and Albany's own first-round pick.
Excellent work. Find us a joint to do the show in Cleveland. We'll come and do the show in Cleveland. The Guardians are a good baseball team, boys and girls. Going to end up maybe with the best record in baseball at the end of April, which is a bet that I think we should do for the month of May. We'll get to work on that for next week.
Wow. Okay.
Start looking about schedules and things like that. We'll get that when the books put those odds out. See if we can get them. Raymaker 512-412 Pittsburgh, PA. Glorious time. NHL, NBA playoffs. Ready for the Pirates, Giants late night tonight. Yeah. I was going to get on a plane and get up there and see the Giants play the Pirates in person. But life got in the way a little bit. Can't make it. Heath Bierce, 309. Where's 309? I don't know. Heath.
309 Illinois.
Thank you. Illinois.
Yep.
Illinois is on my mind a lot. I like Illinois.
Yep.
Chicago. Like
Moline area.
Ketchikan, Alaska, 907. This is our guy. Scott Bartholomew representing the AK every single week. Thank you, sir. Corey Macbeth, 402 Omaha, Tornado Watch. P-Roll, do you remember Tornado Watches?
100%. And there's a huge, somewhere in western Nebraska, it got 4 inches of rain last night at like 2 a.m. Yeah.
In what time period?
Like an hour.
4 inches in an hour? Is there flooding?
Mm-hmm. But it's flat.
Terrible.
It's flat. It doesn't go anywhere. Just rains. And it's like that floodwater sucks because when you have hills, all the water goes downhill and it pools in one area and gets really bad. When it's flat, it's dispersed. So it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a lot of rain.
It's a lot of, but when Jim Cantore is tweeting at 1 a.m. Pacific time about 4 inches in an hour in Nebraska, I was like, oh, that's bad.
Better question is, what were you doing watching Jim Cantore on the Weather Channel?
No, I was on my phone. I was just scrolling Twitter for it.
Okay.
He tweeted it out at 1 a.m. saying,
watching Weather Channel.
No,
1 a.m. Pacific time.
No,
Not home.
it's on my phone. I was setting my alarm. Fair. I just was scrolling Twitter for before to bed.
Okay. AOWN 319 Independence, Iowa. Let's go Rangers. Yeah, Rangers are winning tonight, boys. Gio Wap, my guy. 949 Seal Beach, California. Left work early to go sweat hoops and ice all day. LFG Brigade. Gio is doing outstanding work out in that area in California, getting us a West Coast trip, maybe shot, planned, lined up to come do a show by the beach. Think people will come? I think they will.
I think they will.
Football Guy 97 717 Lancaster, PA, not at a basketball tournament right now. He's always at a basketball tournament for the kids. Percy Roscoe 216 Cleveland, Ohio, 66 degrees there. There's ATL Coos 404. That's Atlanta, Georgia. Kevin Roper 601 Hattiesburg, Mississippi, 84 and sunny. Vinny Konowinski 260 Fort Whizzle, 66 cloudy. Jimmy Burke. Sorry, I almost said Butler. Jimmy Butler was on my mind. Miami Heat. Oh, Miami Heat playing the Celtics. Jimmy Burke, 13718. That's New York, I believe.
Correct. You're
I'm
right.
doing this so long.
You're
now
right.
I'm starting to know the area codes by state because we got so many people showing up. There's JC from KC. Proud to say today he's in the 313 D-Town. 63 degrees. Anyone going to be at the draft tonight? Hit me up. He's JC from KC on the Twitter. Definitely hit him up there or in the Discord. Jay Dowbets, 410 St. Michael's, Maryland. Still can't believe KC scored 7 in the ninth to blow that under. Nobody can. Jay Dow. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the Midwest.
Look at this. A 781. That's a first. That's a Boston.
781 is Yulee 5.
Yeah, that's Boston.
Eulle 5. Where's that 781?
That's Boston. That's Boston suburbs. Boston suburbs. Yeah.
There we go. WV Punch Drunk 1304. The other Berg, Clarksburg, West Virginia. Thank you, sir. Get on that text. I sent you a text about the hats and things. I have questions. I didn't mean to let the text line from that get away from me for a couple days. But the admin people, everything, we weren't looking at it. I'm getting back to everybody now. Jack Ansley, 502, Louisville, Kentucky. Boy, we got a lot of people from Kentucky. This is great. Kentucky representation is strong for the BVB Brigade. There's Ross Randall, 978. You know that place. How do you say it?
Amesbury.
Does that say 35?
Yes, it's freezing at home.
35 degrees in April 26th?
Yeah, Amanda's not happy.
That sucks.
Yeah, she's going back to really cold weather. She's really pissed. It was 90 every day, except today. It was gorgeous weather here in Vegas.
D. Weezy, 704, Charlotte, North Carolina. We're not horse guys. We are horse guys. I don't know who's horse guys. We represent a lot of different people. Thank you for representing us in the 704. Nikki Ciaramello, 520, Tucson, Arizona. Give me the T-Wolves money line. I don't need the points.
Good.
Okay, be
Good
careful.
play.
Famous last words. Roger Long, 765, Clintonian. All right. There's Sherrod Carter, Brooklyn, New York. What is the area code in Brooklyn, Sherrod? That's all I needed. But thank you, sir. Brooklyn in the house. I love that. Denny Bucci, Gio DeWap's brother, representing from 76046, Santiago de Cotero, Mexico, listening loud and clear in 93-degree weather. Danny Bucci probably don't even have sunscreen on. I love that. There's Andy Caston. Hi, Ash. Make sure you say hi to Ash for me, too. 702 Las Vegas. Timmy Cooley-Ross. Another country heard from. 2000 Sydney, Australia. 53 degrees and raining. Boy,
just for the record, it's now U.S., Canada, Croatia, Australia, Mexico.
Tell them we got worldwide.
It's insane.
International.
Really insane. Stop to think about it. It really is insane.
Ryan Coot, 660 Tipton, Missouri. Skip DeFabry, living in Boise, 208, representing Idaho, currently in the 702, listening from the poker room at the Wynn. Guess who I might try to find later today, Skip?
Beautiful.
Check your DMs. Maybe we'll hook up later.
5 Kentucky people today. 5.
BH 270, Madisonville, Kentucky. 79 degrees. Kentucky, man, I mean, this is representing. I did not have Kentucky on my list for most people in state today. They were like plus probably, I don't know, 22-1. They were lower on the list. Wasn't personal, but, you know, it's usually Pennsylvania, Nevada, different things. Illinois, Iowa represents. We're going to have to make lines for that now every week. There's Zachary Hatton, 705, Peterborough, Canada. Rome wasn't built in a day, but Chicago did. Fun day. Relax. Calm down.
I'm going to throw up a couple of the states. Keep going. That we haven't called out yet. Just keep going so I can.
Blue Spader, 702 in rainy North Las Vegas. Goodell considering an 18-game schedule. Enough with the games. Please. Lou Spader, good to see you, sir.
What's up? Even Will's watching the show today. Keep
Hey, Willie Garton. Will Garton, 860 Weathersfield, Connecticut. Thank you, Will. Sorry about that F-bomb earlier. I said it loud with my chest, just like you said. Yes, emails come. Emails
South
do
Dakota
come.
comes in.
What? We got North Dakota, Black Pearl, 605,
South.
Pollock, South Dakota.
South, not north. South.
South Dakota, I said.
Yeah.
605, Pollock, South Dakota.
You said north, but it's not.
Rainy. All right. I heard you say something.
Keep going. I'm going to find the states because we're going to wrap on sports good here.
Just tell me to look up because I'm looking in the chat.
Keep going. You're going.
Santana, 928, Yuma, Arizona, sunny, 79 degrees with 60-mile-an-hour winds. Vamos Serpientes. Yes, sir. Andy Montgomery, 760 Wellston, Ohio, home of Jeff Montgomery. Hello, Andy. Good to see you, sir. Leighton Ille, 618 Southern Illinois, down by SIUC, where I graduated. Go Dogs. I guess even though I never cared about our sports teams.
Pause. What number did you put?
36.5 today for states.
36 the number, but 5 countries.
We ain't done yet.
I know.
Finish this in bonus time.
We'll finish
We're
in bonus
going
time.
over the total.
At the number, we're there. I just scanned through everything in terms of where everything is, but as of right now, we're at 36 states in 5 countries.
We got South Dakota, baby. We're going over.
5 countries. It's pretty wild. 5 countries, 36 states. Guys, thanks for being here. If you're watching on Sports Grid or listening on Sirius XM, we're back on Monday. If you guys are watching on X or on Twitter, this is the time that we go into bonus time. Continue.
I think we're going over the number.
Continue.
Erod Sean, 703 Centerville, Virginia. 67 degrees. Nice, sunny, smiley face right there. There's Sherrod. Sherrod Carter, 718 is Brooklyn, New York. Love
that?
it.
They're celebrating 19 years of marriage. Good job, Mikey. Wow, that's tremendous.
Congratulations, Mikey.
That's awesome.
I got 20 coming up next month. Big thing. Trying to take her on a trip to maybe Chicago, if you know what I'm saying.
All right.
Maybe that might be an anniversary trip wrapped up in that whole thing.
Oh, well, you're doing that, then I got to figure out. Wait,
I don't know yet. I mean, there's a lot of things happening.
All right. My God, we're doing that. I just got back from that with her.
Save. Like Pirates are at the Cubs, boys. Look at the schedule. You figure it out. Try to be there if you can. We'll be there. Maybe. I don't know.
We might make it could be Monday. The announcement could come Monday.
I know. Let's hope it does.
Just FYI.
Nick Tom 347 Brooklyn, but don't worry, Dave. During the playoffs, I'm on Pacific time.
Oh,
everybody's on Pacific time.
Yeah.
That's great. Mikey Awesome 757, but actually seat 14B over Massachusetts, celebrating 19 years of marriage on the 30th. Congratulations. Just wanted to read that out loud for everybody. Joel Onler 319, one of the Onler brothers, flipping Joel. I love that. 319 is Iowa, right? That's Iowa.
Yep.
Mark Schilling 314, reigning in the STL St. Louis. April Leslie. Hello, April. 864, Greensville, South Carolina. April's boosting up our female numbers. Thank you very much, April. Appreciate you. Chef Benny, congratulations, Mike. Yes. Chris Garby, 416, Toronto, and Sunny Go Bruins. What? You said go Bruins? Be careful. You can always come here. There's no judgment here. You can always come in the chat and say that stuff. PB 941, Venice, Florida, 88 degrees, partly cloudy, taking pictures with the hat on with Tigers. Did you see PB taking a picture of himself with the selfie with the Tigers, his favorite baseball team? I love when PB came on the show, and it made me think of like the players that he saw play. Way different than the players like that we get to saw.
Right.
Talk about seeing him playing in person. PB's got to have some stories. B2 Bar Down, sorry. 719 Colorado Springs, Colorado. That's good. I believe that's the first time we called that one. Steve Gramke, 513 Cincinnati, Ohio. Daniel G, 989 Saginaw, Michigan. Sorry I've missed the show this week, boys. Love you, Brigade. Mrs. Daniel G, officially 100 pounds down together. We've changed our lives since engagement last year. 60 pounds for myself. Hell yeah, Daniel G. I got to get you and the missus that lid. Be perfect. You probably look good in the hats anyway. Look even better now. Keep driving. There's no stop. There's just live. That's it. Sharpie _RW 303 Denver, Colorado. There's Kyle Meyer 541 Eugene, Oregon. We needed that. Dab. Jordan Brown 76. What does that say? 785 Lawrence, Kansas.
Yeah.
70 and sunshine. Rain, go away. Put Kansas on the map. That's good. Stevie Anderson 407 Orlando, Florida. Again, shout out to you and your dad, Papa Anderson. Hope we just keep showing up and doing your thing. Will, we got 860 Wethersfield, Connecticut. Thank you, Will. I mean, we're never getting off late night, but you make sure we get on every night.
Right.
So we really appreciate the hell out of you, sir. There's Black Pearl, 605 South Dakota, Rainy. We already got him. I think we're good. Are we good? No. Crop Duster, 757 Newport News. There's RJ, 630 Batavia, Illinois. Rain, cold, garbage.
Covey.
Fish Killer, 73 540 Roanoke, Virginia. There's Covey right there, 843 Johns Island, South Carolina.
Pierre in the cut. Looks like he might be coming to
Pierre in the cut. Look at that.
He might be coming in.
317 Indianapolis, Indiana. Excited for the Midwest show.
Little Mankato, Minnesota there for Alan.
Mankato, Minnesota. Alan Smentana.
Little Toga.
Toga, New York. There's a place called Toga, New York, Sully?
Saratoga.
Oh, Toga. Oh, I thought I just thought Toga. Toga.
Sarah. 303.
Little Fat Panda.
Colorado.
303.
Let's see.
Any those together. Let's see. I mean,
Crunchberry City. Where's Crunchberry City? Oh, there's J Buck. There he is. With
J Buck.
There's the
needed New Hampshire.
There's
my brother.
Over. There's the over.
603. You think J Buck can help us on the ground out there if we go back and do a show up in the that area of the country?
Yeah, we go to
I think J Buck.
We got a lot of things to do. I'm going to be in that area in 2 weeks. So yeah, there's 3 weeks. There's going to be a lot of time to go up there. I'm going to be scouting. I'm going to go up and see our cigar boy, have a conversation with our guy.
Oh, nice.
Going to go up and see Steve and say, "Hey, what we doing? Let's go. Come on now. Let's do something." So
we're going to talk to Emerson before that because Emerson might have a place as well.
Oh,
just saying.
Oh. Is Emerson going to get angry with me if Amanda shows up?
No, Emerson's going to be on the show. Emerson may bring the dogs.
Ooh, bring the girls. All right,
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
We got things to do. Listen, we've talked about it so many times. This thing is happening. It's just kind of the universe happening. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of calls. It's a lot of talking. We've had people come and done shows in Vegas. The plan is to go and, come and see you, and we can all, talk, hang out. We'll do the show, whatever it is. So that's the plan this summer. Stay tuned. Keep showing up every Friday. Keep showing up every day. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Tell one person. Just tell one person, like, hey, got these guys. Let's do this show. It's different. How many times this week have we heard you guys' show is different?
Oh, so many. Blank country, full roll call. There is your roll call Friday.
Wow.
For today. Pretty good in April.
Right?
It's pretty good.
They keep telling us this is the time. Like, hey, guys, it's not football season. Well, they're talking about draft. They're talking about this, but we're also talking about basketball, hockey, baseball, all these things. It's working. Keep showing up.
It's very, very cool. All right, a couple baseball things. Yep. Is anyone any good in the AL West? Astros are 7-19. First place is one game over 500.
Right.
Astros are so lucky that someone hasn't run away with this because they suck.
Yep.
And yet they're 6 games back.
Correct. I don't know. Waiting for somebody to actually take the division by control or take control of the division, whatever it is. No, not right now. Is anybody good? Answer your question.
Yeah.
Seattle and Texas are going to be, I think, around all season. I think the winner of the division is obviously those two. I don't think Houston's winning the division this year.
I would agree with that.
It's not being fixed right away. Like it's going to take.
They're broken. They're in trouble.
No, it's not. It's going to take a complete month opposite They're 19-7 and 19. They're going to take it. They're going to need a 19-7 month to fix this, to get back to 500.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, 19-7 is a really good month.
It's a really good month.
Not with this pitching staff,
especially
right
when
now.
we suck. Yeah,
Right?
It's a really good month. The White Sox are now 3-22. They've lost 7 straight. Tampa is -230. They got Eflin today. They're getting effed today. There's no way the White Sox are winning this game today. Can make it 8 straight.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know.
You think the White Sox win today with Eflin on the mound? No.
No, Flexens. No. Over.
No.
Why is the total only 7.5?
Because the White Sox can't score.
Oh, no.
It's like, what are you going to do?
Probably not gonna get many
8 runs
that
by
much.
Tampa by themselves? That's how you get the over. 8-0.
Yeah.
I mean, they're horrible. Then finally, the Marlins are 6-20, yet they're favored today. Like, wait, what? They're favored. Don't just make this a pick and be done with it. Why are the Marlins favored? And it's heavy favor. It's not like little favor. It's 130.
That's 120. Yeah.
Oh, it's down? Okay. People, I would bet Washington too. It's a good.
Is
bet.
that right? Overnight was -170?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, wait, what?
What the hell's going on here?
I
Who's
don't know.
responsible for that number? Come
Yes,
on.
J Buck, a BVB Northeast show. We're efforting to make that happen, guys. Yes, I want to.
Yeah.
I take Dave to home. I mean, bopping around Boston with Dave would be super fun. Could show him all sorts of cool shit. It'd be awesome.
Oh, I need to see it. I was only there, like I said. I was there to visit in 1988. I was going to go to school at BU, and instead I went to the Boston Garden, and I went to FanU Hall Marketplace.
Mm-hmm. Good job saying it right.
And that was it. We went to the school, we did the tour, and we left. And then I went back with the girls last summer, and we did the Fenway tour. It rained for 24 hours straight, and then it stopped, so we could go watch the thing.
Go ahead and pull. I mean, Encore. Yeah, I mean, let's go. Encore would be the premier spot for us to do it, but there's numerous other spots to do it. But it would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I yikes with that. Stay away from the Marlins. Be careful with the Marlins. I can't see it.
I'd stay away from this game. I
Yeah,
don't even know how to
fair.
get involved in that game.
Fair.
You scared
Sorry.
the crap out of me.
Sorry, Phillies. What? I thought you were
That's
done.
okay. It's fine. There's two West Coast games I wanted to throw at you. I can do it now.
Okay.
Phillies at the Padres.
Uh-huh.
Phillies plus money. Better
Scary.
to book it.
Scary. I'll take
Why?
the Padres. Pitching matchup scares me. Musgrove's been pretty good at home. I looked at it.
Yeah.
The guy
I like
going
the
for
Phillies.
the guy going for the Phillies is 0-2 on the road.
Oh, the game's going over.
Probably, yeah.
Game's
Over.
going over.
I don't mind that, but I was gonna bet the Phillies. I couldn't do it.
And Quinn Priester's pitching for the Pirates at San Francisco against Harrison, a lefty.
Yeah. Two bad
Short
baseball.
number.
Two bad baseball teams. No thanks.
Short number, Giants.
Fine. Two bad baseball teams. Don't like it.
Letting you know.
Nicky, we played it in the first segment of the show.
Yeah.
So it was draft talk straight out of the gate. Minnesota +5 or better. Better to book it. Do I get 5.5?
No, you get
Damn it.
5. You get 5 right now.
I want
It
5.5.
just went. 4 places just moved it, coincidentally, all at the same time.
Good.
It's miraculous. Still wondering how that happens. You used to sit in the book and go, how did they get the same bet right now? They're in another state. They just moved it
Suns.
when we moved it.
I think the game will look just like last
Fascinating.
night. Suns first half, they look great. They come out, and then just better basketball comes to play. T-Wolves.
I think the Suns win tonight.
Okay,
I
that's
think the
fine.
Suns win. I'd say
But how
book
much?
this 5.
By how
5
much?
is the right number for you. This could fall 3.
Okay.
This could fall 4.
How many points?
But I think Phoenix wins.
That's fine. I don't think. I like the cover. I like the T-Wolves cover
All right,
on
let's
that.
book it.
Where's this? Mets money line -118 against St. Louis. Buto's been phenomenal.
Yeah, this was light. I was looking at this last night too, and it's sitting. was around 125, which a lot of books are still at right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fade the Cardinals type play.
It's a fade on Mikolas more than anything.
Yeah, I like the
Buto's
Mets.
been pretty good for them. He's 3-0 for the Mets. He's been really good. So I like Buto and the Mets to throw tonight. And then over 5.5, Washington and the Rangers.
Over to?
Rangers are one of the best over teams on the road this year.
Yeah, they're going to score.
And Washington proved they can put the puck in the net, scored 3 goals yesterday. I think it's a 4-2.
Yeah, that's
4-2 win.
puck line for the Capitals last time.
I like 4-2 final.
What is it?
I like a 4-2 final.
Could see that. I was going to say 5-2.
Take it.
This one might be one of those ones where, like, if the Capitals get aggressive pulling a goalie, and pull a goal, there might be an extra goal or two.
Right.
John Sarrett, by the way, 304 Oak Hill, West Virginia.
Beautiful.
All right. The chat's voting Mets.
Okay. And finally, Pacers, Rays, Orioles, moneyline parlay.
Oh, this is your Friday parlay. Don't do a parlay thing.
Correct.
Money lines, chalk.
Chalk. Just how I said it. I said chalk. No points. Don't want to deal with this. Don't want to deal with the Pacers on the points.
That's good. Yeah, you can't lay points with the Pacers.
Just win the game. That's it. Just win. That's all I got to do. Just
the
win.
Rays are playing the White Sox. That's good. Who are the Orioles playing? Let me see.
A's. Burns.
Ooh, gigantic number. Wow.
It's Burns.
Holy crap.
It's Burns.
This place is like 280. Holy cow. Which game loses? This looks good, actually. Chalk.
Look at the number, though. It's low. So plus 179. Normally, I go for a 6-1 return. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. Let's just take it. I hit the Philadelphia parlay yesterday at plus 149. Let's just do this at plus 179.
Right.
Come in on that.
Huh. I think this is a bet. I don't know what beats you.
Okay.
I like the Orioles and the Rays. I mean, if something's going to beat you, it's the basketball, right?
Right. Super chats. Mikey Awesome. Roll call Friday.
Let's go.
Thank you, my friend. We appreciate that. JPC the 4th. Happy Roll Call Friday, guys. Have a great weekend, fellas. Avalanche, first period, team total, over a half a goal, plus the money line at plus 105 is the play, hopefully. The better bet is to parlay both late games with both teams to score 2+ goals at plus 138. Neither will hit now that I typed it.
Wow. Jeez. It's a lot of stuff there, JC.
What do you think about both teams to score 2 goals or more in hockey in the late games? That's
BTTS 1PTTO. Like there's way too much going
easy.
on there.
First period team total, money line
over a half.
Over a half.
Score in the first period.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. I like that.
Win the game. Plus money line at plus 105.
Well, no, win the first period.
No.
Right? First period team total.
No, I think
it's money line in the first period.
I think money line game. He didn't clarify it. I read that as money line game, not first period money line.
Okay. I read it as first period money line.
Okay. Interesting.
But either way, I like them. I mean, that game's going over.
Okay.
It's 6.5. They will not make it a 7, but it's 6.5 with juice.
Finally, Sully, where to hedge and where? Got 50-1 Cleveland Major League Baseball April win totals.
Hello.
Lots to it, but targeted Cleveland knowing they have Atlanta this weekend. Moneyline bet and roll with it.
How many games up are they, Sully? Like how many games up? If they get swept, can they lose?
They have to.
The best record?
Got to be close.
I don't know. And is that all of Major League Baseball or is that just American League? Because it won't matter. I think they got the American League, not clinched best record, but pretty damn close. Matt is correct. It's the game for JPC the 4th. Win the first period over or score in the first period, win the game.
Okay. Good stuff. Favorite thing about today is what?
Well, we had a phone call this morning. I haven't talked to you all week other than the show. You've been very busy. Usually I talk to you probably if there's 5 days in a week, Monday through Friday. I talk to you 5 days a week.
More than that.
Yeah, maybe more. Like there's 2 or 3 calls before the show, after the show, whatever.
5 times a day, a lot of times.
Yeah, a lot of times. But so you've been busy and doing your thing. And it's been really, one, cool to hear about on the show the next day or what you did and different things. But today you said they're leaving. So we had a call and I got in the car. Didn't tell you I was coming. Gave it away briefly on the call because
No,
we
you
had
didn't.
a call, not a call.
You asked me for directions, and I was like, wait, what?
Well, no, because I was driving and it was raining and my windshield wipers suck because you don't find that out until it rains.
Yep.
And I was like, man, I can't see. And I couldn't remember the exit after the other exit. Literally pulled up, showed up at the door, rang the doorbell. You open the door, you're like, hey. And Amanda was there and said hello. And she's a hugger. I'm a hugger. That was great. Got to meet Amanda. Say hello to Brooks, little Brooksy. I came with hats in hand.
Yeah.
Let them pick. They had this in a flex fit and this in a snap, and this was the hats that they're going to be representing as they go back. But the brief little visit was great, and I'm just telling you this, as your brother and your friend and your partner and all this other stuff. The smile on both of your faces warmed my heart. It really did. Like talking about the week and listening to the two of you talk and it was fantastic. And I was like, I seen the worst and I seen the best. Like it was so nice to have you in that mode and then to see her already talking about a return trip, talking about, going back there and, all this other stuff and us all going to dinner next time she's here. And it was a different type of trip. And you guys got a lot of pressure on each other and yourselves to make things work. And long distance relationships are what they are. And it was awesome to see both of you happy, smiling. And then we got the new t-shirt when Brooksy came over and I handed him the hat. And
what do you think of the hat?
I said, he goes, Amanda's like, he watches the show. He does. And I'm like, oh, good. I'm like, Brooks, what do you think of the show? And he goes, I said, do you like it? And he goes, the show is weird. I said, put that. Now we're in bonus time. I said, put that shit on a t-shirt. We're going to put that shit on a t-shirt. The show is weird. That made my day. That was the best thing about today. And again, it's 1:40 p.m. Pacific, and there's a lot of day left, and we got more calls and things to make and do and stuff. But my favorite thing about today was that brief meeting.
Yeah, my favorite thing about today was you meeting Amanda because I was excited for it. I didn't think it was gonna happen on this trip. I was like, I got to figure out a way of getting these popped in. I was like, oh, hi, and then you saw her excitement to meet you. Like she came bounding down the stairs,
right?
And like she was super excited to see you. And I mean, it was, this. I've said to her a bunch of different times about this as to like, we're trying to thread a needle and we're trying to do something that's not going to be easy. And the goodbyes are the worst. I mean, that's, but being in our mid 40s doing this is so different than like when you're 19 or 20 trying to do it. And the technology today makes it much easier. And, we have a lot of like, we're on the 20-yard line going towards the other end zone. Like we're not in the red zone by any means in terms of like what we're going to be doing for this, but like we're doing it right. It's slow, it's processing, and but she's in love with the show. I mean, she is 100% in. She said to me today, she was like, I want to do as much as you and Dave will let me do to help you guys grow and take some of the things that you guys like. She's an expert in certain things that I know nothing about. And I'm an idiot about it. And I'm asking like very basic questions with her. And she's like, you don't have that?
Right. Yeah. No,
we don't have that.
No.
She's like, oh, well, I can do that. Do you want me to do that? I was like, yes. I was like, I need you to do that. It was like, we'll all sit down, me, you, Dave, Jess, we'll all sit down. We'll all make some executive decisions as to how this is going to go. But yeah, teamwork makes the dream work. And I appreciate you guys because happy is the word that I said this to her a couple nights ago, but like, 3 years ago, I was in a really bad spot and I was in a really, if you had told me I'd be sitting, talking, feeling this way as she heads to the airport, like, if you guys have ever done it before, you know what that goodbye is like. It sucks, but just knowing just where I was and where I am now. I mean, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. I mean, like, you know, you just got to be patient and got to have the universe work its magic. And, you know, I got myself right. You helped me a ton to do that. But I've said to her, like, a year ago when how this started, how it started a year ago when she first came to Vegas, I was not ready. I wasn't in a good spot. A year later, in January of 24, different story. I was in a very good place, and you know, I was ready. And you know, when you're ready, the right things happen. So this week was cool. So I was that's easily my favorite thing about today. Just the hug between the two of you guys. I think my favorite thing about today. Her running down the
was phenomenal. It was great, and like, and it was, you know, I mean, we were texting and calling, and you know, right in front of her, and literally hung up, and I looked right at her, and I'm like, listen, I say nobody knows shit all the time. There's no roadmap for what you guys are doing in your relationship, and there's no roadmap for what we're doing. We're just going always forward, never straight. Literally, sometimes I don't know. I don't know how it's going to end up. I don't know, but we're going to keep doing it.
Yep.
And she just started laughing and was like, yeah, that's the show. Yeah.
She gets
the
it.
show.
For sure. She gets it. Guys, thank you for being here. We appreciate the roll calls. We appreciate you guys all hanging out. It's a great job with that. We hit the over on the number of states, five countries. Good stuff. We appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Remember, Dave and I are not on Sports Grid tonight, so you're not getting a late night version of BVB. I'll be back on tomorrow. I believe I'm on with Ranieri tomorrow. I think. I don't know who I'm hosting with tomorrow, but I will be on there for that. Coming up Saturday for a 4-hour jaunt, which is, well, good for me because I got to fill some time because it's going to be kind of a wacko weekend around here.
If it's you and Ranieri, I was told I might be doing a segment or two.
Beautiful. Come on in. That's good. I think it is. So come on, Don. You can see us tomorrow doing that on Sports Grid. Back on Monday, Matt and Dave, another episode of BVB.